Hello, everyone. Welcome to an all-new episode of the Anination podcast. We are back.
Yes.
After a 2-week-long hiatus.
Like after 2 weeks, we are finally returning.
Yeah.
What is up, Anination World?
How are
It's
you
been
guys?
a while.
How you guys been? I know it's been forever. It's been like 2 weeks. I know some of you folks have been going back to school. How's school been?
Yeah, just hope you're learning all that math and English and everything.
Yeah,
So,
well, I mean, some people have their own studies. I mean, some are in college, some are in high school. Let them, learn their ways to say.
yeah.
But no, I think right now September is starting. Everything is pretty much all like in relaxed mode now. No more summer, which kind of sucks. Like, how's your summer been though?
Yeah, my summer has it's been partially relaxing and partially kind of, stressful in some way, shape, or form. But I definitely want to talk about the previous 2 weeks that we've been gone.
Yeah. I mean, summer has been fine for us. I mean, first off, we all have new jobs, which is
Yes.
great. Any big vacation plans that happened with you? I know you went to Hawaii in May.
Yes, and it was beautiful. It's the best trip I've taken in my life. It was a
Wow.
it was a life-changing
Like your number one trip overall in your life?
Oh yeah, it changed. It was a game changer for me in so many ways.
Interesting.
The best company being my family. The outside views were gorgeous, and it
Kind of tells me you never been to Hawaii.
I've been to Hawaii a long time ago, but this is like my most adventurous
Yeah.
trip.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be something. Did you like go hiking around the hills and stuff?
We went hiking around the jungle.
Ooh.
We even did some. What was it? You know how like zip lining.
Yes, zip lining.
We did some zip lining, snorkeling.
Okay.
and everything.
Nonetheless, you had a lot of great stuff in Hawaii, so that's good. Yeah.
Everything, yes.
And then I had like so many trips for me as well. Went to freaking Fanime at May. Went to LA in July. And that was pretty much it. I tried my best like not to go to conventions as much just because I was trying to save money and plus, the whole job situation that I was going on with. Yeah, I already told you, if you see the previous episode, you understand what kind of stories I was going through with my old jobs and my other jobs that I went through. So it wasn't really like the best summer I had, but I try to enjoy it as much as I can,
Yeah, I went through struggles myself, especially with the long amount of time I've spent job hunting, but I'm just glad that we're both selling now.
Yeah. Either way, like, so yeah, it's now about to be fall. September's come through. Looks like everybody's back to school. So yeah, it's not going to be the same now. But either way, we're still going to do episodes of the Anination podcast no matter what.
Yeah, so consider this like your break from homework and just enjoy what we have to say.
Exactly. All right. Well, Omid, since you've been out for the past 2 weeks, how have you been?
I've actually been I feel better now that my morning has passed because I got to break this to y'all. 2 weeks ago, unfortunately, my grandmother passed away. So it was really, it was a hard hit for all of us because she was easily one of the best people in the lives of me and my family members. She was sweet, she was caring, she was generous, and she was very wise as well. But she did pass away at age 95, so I'm glad that she lived a full life. But even so, with any death of a family member, especially a grandparent, it can really hit you in the heart.
All right, that's all you can say about her.
And also, we went to my grandmother's memorial. My grandmother's funeral went. It went well, but at the same time, I see my family and friends, all in tears, and my heart breaks along with them because, like I mean,
like it's like one big like lifelong member that you've been hanging with for your life, and now that she's gone, it's obviously heartbreaking.
It is, because I also never forget the amount of times I went to her house. By house, I mean like a retirement home / apartment complex, and yeah, she would welcome us with open arms and a smile and a hug and everything. It was just so heartwarming. It was all the childhood memories, like fondest childhood memories of was me at her house. And not to mention, she made a mean rice and shrimp. Like the rice and shrimp is delicious.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember, Nate, you have seen her a few times, and you were fond of her yourself.
Not as much, though. I just remember she just comes by your place, and she might say hi to me, but I don't really, associate as much. I don't know her as much as well like you because she's a family member to you. So
I understand.
I can't really be affiliated with your grandma because I only know her for only that much. as she was going on to her later years, especially in her 90s, she has not been in the house for that much. So I don't know if she actually knows me that much. So
Yeah, no. So as she's been getting older, she hasn't really like even recognized us. She didn't recognize who we are. So that made it all the more
she had
tragic.
like Alzheimer's or something.
It's Alzheimer's, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was sad, and it was sad to see her go through this, to see her suffer like this. And so while it is very tragic that she passed away, she is at the end of the day reunited with my grandfather. So I can at least take solace in that. But yeah, needless to say, I just want to say rest in peace, Grandma Bahara.
So the reason why we were off 2 weeks is because Omi was grieving. Obviously, I know that we were planning up 2 weeks ago an episode of the Anination podcast, but because of the breaking news that happened with Omid, I made a decision to not make new episodes for the time being because obviously he's cooperating with his family to make sure that he's well enough to do a podcast episode again.
Which I do appreciate, man. I appreciate your consideration.
Yeah.
But
this is 2 weeks later. Are you okay now?
But yeah, I feel like I got legitimate closure with my grandmother. So I would say that I'm all better, my family's all better because it's that closure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just remember like this past weekend, I hanged out with your family. We went out to get brunch on last Sunday.
Yeah.
And it looked like your mom was fine. Your Bill was fine. It looks like, I feel like your mom is cooperating well.
Yeah, I feel like me and my family already came to terms with the fact that she has passed and now we need to move on because that's what she would have wanted.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really grieve on for so long anyway. I mean, I can't really say this myself because my grandma passed away like when I was 16 years old. So I can't like say much anymore. I'm not older. But I remember when I was 16, I remember like trying my best to realize that my grandma passed. And when I saw her casket go down the ground, that's when I started to realize, okay, now she's gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, now I just recently through that exact feeling, so I definitely know how it feels.
Yeah. And by the way, people in the comments, thank you very much for giving Omid his prayers and stuff, like your prayers to him, because, yeah, you guys have been so appreciative of Omid, especially with what happened the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anination crowd. We love you, we appreciate you, and we appreciate you have you guys on board with us.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for being out there for him.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Are we good to continue? Or?
Yes. So speaking of last Sunday brunch, let's talk about last Sunday.
Yeah. Well, last weekend was quite something.
Yeah.
So it was Labor Day weekend. I believe we all celebrated a 3-day weekend. You didn't go to work yesterday, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't go to work yesterday. Thankfully, Labor Day was Labor Day. So
yeah.
I spent a good chunk of my time just enjoying my day off of work. So yeah, that's something. But yeah, let's talk about the day before Labor Day because that was quite a fun.
So yeah,
day.
that particular Sunday, your brother came back. Your brother came back to visit us, and he actually went through a couple of games with us, right?
Yes. So he went to. My brother and I went to 2 games in one day, which that hasn't happened before during my time of watching sports, where it's like back-to-back games. But we want to touch upon the first game that we went to, and of course, it was with you and our friend Robert, and that is the Giants game.
Yeah. Let me put up let me put up the picture first. Yeah. So I was gonna put this up. Hold on for a sec. That's why I was like doing it out here. Crap. I don't know if I did this right.
It's actually showing.
Yeah, but then how about for them though? That's the thing.
I
If
see.
they could be able to see it. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they can, but
Let me check. What's Tiermaker? Let's see if the. Nope. Damn it! That's this. Yeah. It's not working for us anyway. All right. What?
technology isn't working with us. But
yeah, it's again. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to see if I can be able to get this capture to work here. Because I have the photo already here. It's more of like, how can I be able to post this up? It's not cooperating with us right now. Presentation file window. Hold on. Let's just do another window capture. Let's see what happens. Sure. It really sucks because I cannot be able to actually present the pictures. It's so
Exactly. Like technology isn't working with us tonight for some reason. It's just like
it's been bad. Okay. Anyways, forget it. Ugh. Anyways, but yeah. Sorry. Let's go back into Sunday. So your brother came back home. You went to the we actually all went together to the Giants game. New York, not New York Giants game, but it was actually the San Francisco Giants game.
Yeah, so we came as a small niche group. We've known each other for a long while, and of course, we would go to an event that all four of us can enjoy.
Well, first off, I'm not a Giants fan. So
You may not be a fan of the team, but
here's the thing: like our friend ended up giving us tickets to the game, and I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll join in as well. I was actually gonna think about wearing Dodger blue, but like I don't want to get killed.
Good thing you didn't.
Yeah, because I want to get killed. Okay.
Because you will not hear the end of it from us.
Right.
And also, I'm gonna say this. You may not be a fan of the Giants team, but are you a fan of the Giants sports venue, like the park?
I am a fan of the Oracle Park. Yes, it's really nice.
Yes, the Oracle Park, whether you're a Giants fan or not, it is, you gotta agree, it's one of the best sports venues out there.
I could say otherwise, but because like there are other NFL stadiums, I will say that. Yeah, so like Levi's, like SoFi, like Allegiant Stadium. Like I can't really say Oracle Park will be one of the best parks out there because the other parks can say otherwise.
Yeah, but like that's just my personal opinion. Like it's in my top 2, and I don't watch.
Wow, really? That high?
And here's the thing: I rarely watch baseball, but the Giants are my favorite baseball team by default.
Yeah.
So.
To be fair, like we were watching against the Orioles, and that team Orioles kind of suck. Also,
to say they kind of suck is an understatement. They blew.
Yeah, they suck because like the Giants blew them out. Yes.
Like, we crushed it by over 10 points.
Yeah. I mean, I can... Yeah, you pretty much said it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the Giants game was actually not bad. I remembered we went to that Sunday brunch that we talked about earlier. Your family treated us out to some brunch, which is awesome. So I'm going to take your mom and her boyfriend in order for us to get a good brunch together.
Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the breakfast. We were treated so good.
Yeah, I didn't expect your mom and her boyfriend to give us like a meal before we headed out to the games and everything.
Yeah, it's really sweet of her, and yeah, by the way, she says you're welcome. So.
Oh, okay, nice. So yeah, the Giants game turned out to be great. We ended up getting some good food over there. I ended up getting like a hamburger over there with some good garlic fries. Your brother ended up getting some good garlic fries. We also wanted to treat out our friend who gave us a ticket. So we ended up buying him ice cream. We bought him garlic fries. We bought him a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it was just our way of saying thank you so much for treating us. Now here's our way of repaying you. Here's some food.
Yeah, well, here's food and some other things. I bought him a beer, so there's that.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, in the end, the game, Giants win. They beat the Dodgers again. I don't know the score, but I know we whooped them. Literally in the 8th inning, we just didn't care anymore. It was like they won. Okay, well, let's get out of here.
Yeah, because there was no way that the Orioles would come back like by scoring 10+ points. It's
I was gonna say like after the whole fact that they're up by 10, I was like, I think we're done. We should just go.
Like it's officially over. We're going.
Yeah, we're going. So. Me and the friend who gave us the tickets, we decided to leave because we didn't have tickets for the next game that Omid went to.
Yeah, so after you guys left, my brother and I went to our second game, and the second game was the WNBA matchup between the Golden State Valkyries and the Indiana Fever. Mm-hmm. And the reason why that is because Valkyries are my favorite WNBA team, and my brother's favorite WNBA team is the Indiana Fever, but it's primarily for one of the all-stars of that team, Caitlin Clark.
Well, she wasn't playing though.
She wasn't playing, but which was heartbreaking for my brother, but he still supports the Fever all the same because, well, it's his primary team because of that player, even though she wasn't really playing. So.
Yeah, I find it so odd that your brother used to be a Las Vegas Aces fan because the Las Vegas team, and he lives in Las Vegas, and now he's just moving over to the Indiana Fever just because of one player.
Yeah, I even thought at one point that he was still an Aces fan. I even remember texting my brother saying, "Oh, Valkyrie's aces, it's a bro battle," and this is where today says, "Technically not. It's actually Valkyrie's fever. That's a bro battle."
So there's your bro battle that happened last Sunday.
It was a bro battle that happened, and yeah, though the fever did come close on several times, at the end we crushed them.
Yeah, well, I saw the first quarter score, and I'm like, wow, you guys are up big against the fever.
Yes, it does show how much of a big story that the Valkyries are, because they're an expansion team that is succeeding so well in their record and everything.
Yeah, they look like they're about to be a playoff team from the way I'm seeing it, especially in their first year, so tells you otherwise.
That's what they're looking to be, and we hope it stays that way.
Yeah, I think it looks like it's about to be a playoff team for them. Maybe not like the high playoff team, but they're in the playoffs.
Yes,
possibly.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how that'll go.
Yes, let's
Again,
go.
I don't care. Again, I don't watch WNBA, so I don't give my takes on it. So
yeah, no, but like it's a victory for Bay Area sports in general. So
well, yeah, so you can at least watch something in the summertime.
Yes.
Because like Giants are not good. The A's are away in Sacramento now, and then like the only thing that you're watching is WNBA now.
Well, that and also NFL later on, but still,
But the NFL is in fall, not summer.
That is true. But yeah, WNBA is definitely like I actually have a legit sport to watch now that WNBA is in the summer, so it's really exciting.
Yeah, that's good. But no matter what, I think the last couple of weekends again there was much going on. Labor Day, we didn't really do much on Labor Day.
Yeah, with Labor Day.
Yeah, I was just like relaxing at home. I didn't really need to do much out at work or out at all or anything.
Like Labor Day is since it was our day off, we wanted to use our day off to chill and do whatever we want. So yeah. So I'm glad that you had a fun time on Sunday as much as I did. I'm glad you had a
yeah, I mean, like, I'm down. I was absolutely liking the whole baseball game. It was really fun.
Yeah.
Definitely hanging out with your bro again. I'm gonna see him again in 2 weeks also. So
yeah, so I do hope you have fun with that because you got a ticket to a Raider game.
Yes, I do.
Just like I do in December.
You have it way late in December.
I know, and the week I'm going
it's
to.
weird because like you're hopping off. Because I remember like last year you started in September for your game, and then now it's like a switcheroo where I was December last year. Now I'm September this year.
We kind of switched places, but yeah, it's gonna be. I'm gonna know what it feels like to go to a Raider game that is close to postseason.
Yeah, I would say bundle up because it does get cold. It's winter time over there, so.
Oh yeah, believe me, I'm gonna be packing a whole lot of long sleeve stuff. So, yeah.
Put a lot of Raider gear on that too. Yeah.
Raiders sweater, Raiders beanie. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. But yeah, I think that's all we can say about what happened the last 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Like the last 2 weeks, if you take like both the good and the bad, I would say that the last 2 weeks were eventful for better or for worse.
Either way, I mean, it's glad that we're back in the studio here. And yeah, we can't wait to discuss more about the animation, especially what happened these last weekend, because there was a lot to discuss about when it comes to animation, especially Destination D23. They had some good news that came out for that. K-pop Demon Hunters starting to become huge with a lot of like big things happening for K-pop Demon Hunters. There's some good news about that, but there's also bad news. I also did hear that Nelvana just closed its doors, which is kind of sad.
Yeah, and we're gonna touch upon that. We're gonna pay our respects.
Yeah,
to
we will do that like in future episodes, that's for sure. But when we were making this script, we didn't realize these new news just popped up out of nowhere. So.
Exactly. It gave us new material to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. But we already made our script for tonight's episode. And yes, I understand that we are recording on a Tuesday. We are going to go back to our regular schedule on Wednesday next week because my Wednesday is busy. Your Thursday is busy. So this is the only day we can actually record tonight.
Yeah, so you got some going on tomorrow. So of course we had to push it back to Tuesdays. So we do hope that you find Tuesdays enjoyable.
Well,
Wednesday.
It's more like for the audience that's watching right now. I hope they are understanding about what's going on. We are going to go back to Wednesdays next week. Okay.
Yeah, rest assured we will.
All right. So okay, enough lagging. Let's go ahead and actually start this episode. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and go straight to our quick news. So first off. We didn't actually do a what's going to be happening in September 2025 because there really isn't much animation when it comes out what's happening in September, right?
Yeah. When I was trying my best to look at the new stuff that's coming September 2025, very rarely you will see anything big that we're excited about coming out this month, except for one particular thing we're talking about.
That is true, and that is particularly the Demon Slayer movie.
Yes, let's go.
So Demon Slayer is about to go to its final arc, the Infinity Castle arc, and it all starts with this first part big movie that is based on, you know, Demon Slayer. So you've seen the trailers, you've seen like how great the graphics are. How hype are you for this movie?
Oh, after seeing the trailer, I'm more hyped than ever before. If you look closely at the trailer, you do see like the many floors, the many stories that take place in a new trap known as the Infinity Castle. And with Infinity Castle, there are infinite possible storylines that are going to be tackled in this huge arc, and we can't wait for it.
Yeah. Okay, forget it. This thing's not working. I was actually going to think that it was actually going to work, but we get to intermission, but it didn't work that way. Oh, wow. This window capture thing kind of sucks. Oh, my God. All right, whatever. We're just going to go back to normal. Sorry, you guys can't see the screen. I was going to show the screen from our monitor here all the way to you guys, but there has been an issue when it comes to this damn app. So.
Exactly. It's not cooperating with us.
Yeah. So yeah, Demon Slayer, I mean, I've been loving this series ever since. It's been so great. I know that the Hashira training arc has been a little bit questionable. A lot of people have been saying that's not as great, but remember, this is a training arc. So it's supposed to be about knowing more about the Hashira, knowing how these other Demon Slayers are going to work against, you know, Muzan. And in the end, it's going to be a big battle, which is going to happen in these next 3 movies, to say.
Like, at the end of the day, like, say what you will about the Hashira training arc, but it's actually more significant of an arc than you may think, because it does help the characters train and build up to get ready for Infinity Castle.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, like, it makes Tanjiro better, Zenitsu a whole lot better, and you see, Inosuke also trying to get himself better as well, but then you also get to see, like, the little drama that happens in between the Demon Hunters themselves. So, the Demon Slayers themselves, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not to mention like others like Gyu, Kanroji, and a whole others. They're trying their best to get stronger themselves to help out the team.
Yeah. So yeah, we are big Demon Slayer fans ourselves. And of course, we've been watching the anime, buying the merch, and so much more. Your history of Demon Slayer as a whole, I mean, it's pretty much like straightforward. We watched this series ever since it started airing on anime, airing on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Demon Slayer is easily one of my favorite anime shows in recent years. It is so breathtaking, with Ufotable's best animation as well as the action sequences being so epic.
I think the only thing that kind of comes to mind is just Ufotable, because like they have made some great animated shows like Fate Grand Order, Fate Stay Night, you know, those kind of things. Even just those kind of like franchises kind of tells you like Ufotable was gonna, if Ufotable's gonna work on Demon Slayer, they gotta have some great animation, and you can totally see it in the anime, in the movies that also came out too. Because I remember watching the Mugen Train movie, and that was just absolutely flawless. Like, even though it was only like a 3-episode arc, it all came into one movie, and it all just looked amazing.
Oh yeah, I love Mugen Train, but I miss.
I know Vergoku's dead. I know. Vergoku's dead. Okay.
I'll never eat donuts again after this. That Umai moment is just, oh god, is iconic.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I remember watching the movie, and then I just cosplayed Zenitsu. Sorry, I remember watching the anime series, and then I cosplayed Zenitsu. Then I pretty much became like my staple cosplay. I love cosplaying Zenitsu now. Started watching the movie Mugen Train, then got me into 2nd season, 3rd season, and now, then 4th season, which is Hashira Training, and now we're going into the movies, which is going to close everything up for Demon Slayer. How do you feel about it, the fact that it's going to close with these 3 movies?
What I feel is that, what I like is that they're like the Demon Slayer, that the final arc of Demon Slayer is getting the treatment it rightfully deserves. Think about it. You got 3 epic movies combined into one. Think of it as like, you know, anime Lord of the Rings in a sense, where it's 3 big movies together to be one big epic trilogy.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for it. And there are many possibilities that are going to happen. Because it's an Infinity Castle, so it's going to be eventful from start to finish.
I would imagine it being eventful no matter what. Yeah, I mean, some people can ready read the manga and everything, but like, I'm kind of one of those people that just like want to watch the anime, just want to get this all done, and Yeah, I'm gonna be riding onto this ride, and I'm not reading the manga or anything like that. I'm making sure that I've just watched the anime just to get through and see if everything all fits and see how epic it'll be at the end.
Yeah, I haven't read a page of the manga, but I have only watched the anime, and of course, I thoroughly enjoyed it from beginning to end.
Yeah. So the movie, by the way, has already been released in Japan. It happened back in July 18th, and at the moment right now is actually massively successful from all the critics and the fans. The movie even reached big numbers in the box office in Japan, that it actually held the #1 spot for 6 straight weekends and remained #3 in Japan's all-time box office ranking, even surpassing James Cameron's Titanic.
Which is big because Titanic is one of the biggest movies ever. So to see that surpass Titanic is huge.
Yeah, I mean, the success of this movie kind of makes sense. I mean, there are a bunch of like folks in Japan and around the world pretty much that are huge Demon Slayer fans, and I've seen some people kind of say like, oh, it's overhyped, oh, it's like blah blah blah, but like it kind of is legit. Like the anime absolutely is just absolutely flawless. The animation, the funny moments, the action scenes, and everything like that. I'm just saying, like, I've been writing on Demon Slayer for so long, and I think this is a great like anime series overall. Like, even if people kind of say they're kind of crap and all that jazz, I still think this is still a great it's still a great movie. Sorry, it's still a great anime franchise. And the fact that you're telling me that in Japan it's just so popular, it tells me like, okay, the fandom hasn't died. It's still going on.
Yeah, of course we can say all we want, that opinion is subjective and all that, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see how you could take a look at Demon Slayer and tell us that it's crap, it's overhyped and all this stuff. No, it's one of the biggest hype anime for a good reason. Look at every element and how it's done, superbly.
Absolutely, like, flawless.
Yeah, exactly, and And yeah, like I said, you do see the Demon Slayer hype pop up everywhere, whether it be selling merch.
I mean, like, every freaking convention, you're always going to be, like, people selling Demon Slayer stuff. I mean, like, you can just go to, like, every booth in a convention. You'll have, like, Demon Slayer figures, Demon Slayer fan art. And you know that they're just huge fans of it. And, I applaud them for continuing to just support Demon Slayer.
Yeah, not only that, but also in every retail store, you're bound to see at least one kind of Demon Slayer merch, whether it be a shirt or Funko Pop or whatever. So Demon Slayer is big, it's everywhere, and it's for good reason.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, the hype is just out there for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the next question that you pop up is, what particular elements of the movie are you looking forward to the most? I think everything. Character development, animation, the fight scenes, the demons that, like, haunted every freaking demon, haunted every Demon Slayer that's there. So, like, I know that Shinobu's facing off, like, I've seen the trailers for the fights, by the way, that is going to be happening in this movie. Shinobu's facing off with one demon, Zenitsu's facing with another demon, and then Tajiro and Jiyu are facing off with the demon that killed Rengoku. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh wow, these are pretty epic Demon Slayer fights, because there's just a lot of like history when it comes to it, and thankfully it gets answered in the movie.
Yeah, so everything that made Demon Slayer great to begin with, the characters, animation, storytelling, and fighting scenes, like this movie trilogy is going to crank it up to 11 because of how big it's going to be.
Yeah, well, the thing is that it's not going to go through every fight, because I want to see like the other Demon Slayers and what they're fighting with, who are they going to fight with. I know it's supposed to end with Muzan at the end.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Tanjiro versus Muzan. Let's go.
Well, I'm wondering how the other Demon Hunters are going to do. I have a feeling, like, from the way I'm kind of seeing how this thing goes, there could be certain Demon Slayers that might die. I'm just saying, like, there's a possibility. I don't know.
We have seen a few important Hashiras die.
Rengoku died, yes, I know. I'm just saying,
Rengoku was the best,
like, I'm
man.
saying, like, there's other Demon Hunters that did die as well. I mean, the one demon hunter that's not actually going to be demon hunting, unfortunately, like, he's retired from the way I'm seeing it.
The question is, who is going to die? I mean, we don't want to speculate just yet.
I mean, like, people in the manga probably will say, like, oh, this guy will die, that guy will die. I'm like,
don't you dare.
I just really hope no one dies in this one, because, like, it just tells me, like, for the way it's epic and all that kind of stuff, I'm like, I have a feeling like there will be some heartbreak in this in the movie, you know?
Yeah, I'm hoping everyone makes it out alive, because each and every single Hashira is lovable, well-developed, and thoroughly engaging to watch. But unfortunately, since this is Demon Slayer, we're bound to get some death scenes. We've gotten some few death scenes. There is going to be death in this trilogy.
I mean, again, I don't know. I'm just making my thoughts out there. I'm not going to say we are going to have death.
Yeah, but You never know. I mean,
I'm just saying like my thoughts out there. Like this is just my blatant thoughts. I'm not saying that we're gonna really see death. I'm just saying like I really hope there isn't any death, but there is a possible chance there will be.
yeah. It's not a matter of
Yeah.
who. It's a matter of like when it's gonna happen. Unfortunately,
I don't know, man. I mean, like, you could probably say, like, oh, very big, epic first movie. Second movie, everyone all dies, and then Tanjiro comes in, becomes being badass, and starts killing Muzan in the third movie.
Oh, God, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. That would be the worst case scenario.
Because the other thing, too, is, like, how about Nezuko? What about her? I know that Muzan's for Nezuko right now. What if Muzan takes Nezuko, and now Tanjiro needs to go badass on him?
If that happens, Tanjiro will not be the only one going badass. We'll all riot, too. We'll be like, how dare you kill Nezuko?
No, he's not going to kill... I hope he doesn't kill Nezuko. I swear to God. He's got to kidnap her, but not kill her.
Yeah, kidnapping is one thing, of course, but no, Nezuko needs to live.
I don't know, man. So, again, predictions otherwise, if anything. Oh, my God. The movie comes out December 12th. Have you bought your tickets yet for the movie?
I have, and I am going to see it. I've already planned to see this multiple times in the weekend.
Nice.
That's how big I am into it.
Yeah, unfortunately, my trip to Las Vegas is going to be happening on that weekend, so I don't think I'm going to watch it on the first weekend, but I plan to watch it in the week. Hopefully, without any spoilers, so hopefully you all don't do the bad doo-doo and just spoil everything for us.
My lips are sealed.
Yeah, you better not talk about it in the next upcoming episodes to say.
My lips are sealed, I promise.
But yes, Demon Slayer fans, the end is near for Demon Slayer, the franchise, but it all starts with the Infinity Castle movie, that part 1 that comes out September 12th, 2025.
And then to think, after this, there's going to be much more to come. Isn't that exciting?
Is there?
Like, there's going to be, part 2 and part 3. Like, this is just the beginning of an epic arc.
Yeah, well, I just said it was 3 movies that's gonna come out.
I know it, and I think that's
it's already epic. It's already epic as it is with the fights that already been featured.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait for Zenitsu's trailer. I swear to God, I want to know that. I want to know what's happening with that Zenitsu and that demon. Because my boy needs some love, and hopefully he kills him.
Oh, there's gonna be lots of love to go around for each Hashira, especially the main 3 for sure.
Well, I don't know if Inosuke was actually featured in the trailer yet.
I don't think so, but something tells me Inosuke is going to get himself some good development as well.
Hopefully. I think it might be in the second movie, so...
I think that each movie is going to primarily focus on the main 3. Half the first movie focused on Zenitsu, second, Inosuke, and third movie, of course, Tanjiro.
No, well, Shinobu's battle is also in it too, so...
Yeah, each Hashira is gonna have their moment to shine.
Yeah,
in each of the 3 movies.
Just again, watch the trailers. You already know what the fights are gonna be in the first movie. So yeah, please watch the trailers if you can.
Yeah, I've seen the trailers, and we already know what it's going to be about. And yeah, we can't wait to see
Did you see
what
the
movie
Did you see the
will
Versus
unravel.
trailers though?
The what?
Do you see the Versus trailers though?
I haven't seen the Versus
yeah,
trailers,
because
but I've seen
those Versus trailers actually tell you which battles are going to be in the movie.
I've only seen like the main.
Yeah, you only see the main
trailers.
trailer, but then there are other trailers that came out from Aniplex and Sony Pictures. So all of them showed more than just the main trailer.
Yeah, I definitely want to see who faces who.
Yeah. Either way, Demon Slayer fans, you can't. September 12th. That's going to be the movie date.
Yes.
All right. Let's move on ahead and go into the next news that we have for you. Okay, so the next news that we have for you. Glitch Productions at the moment. I know that they're currently working on big animated shows like the Amazing Digital Circus and Murder Drones, for example. But we have been hearing about this particular series that the certain Owl House creator has been making, and we have been talking about this also for Knights of Guinevere, that, we saw the little teaser trailer that came out. It talks about this one robot girl that turned out to be like freaking possessed or something like that in a different trailer to say. This weekend we actually did have a brand new trailer for Knights of Guinevere. I must say this, it's a little bit different than the Owl House, right?
It is not kid friendly at all. Glitch, as well as Dana Terrace, as well as the rest of our crew, really went all out to make sure they presented, yes, R-rated.
Here's the thing about this particular series. This is not controlled by Disney. This is controlled by Glitch Productions. Glitch Productions allowed a lot of stuff that happened at the Amazing Digital Circus, like guns, for example, and swearing, which, to be fair, they get censored. In this particular series, I would imagine it'll be a little bit more unhinged, to say. So yes, the trailer for Knights of Guinevere did come out. We have an upcoming release date, which is coming out actually this month too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, ever since we saw the teaser, we were wondering when is the release date going to happen, and lo and behold, much to our
It said,
surprise.
you know what's funny? It said sometime this year, and they didn't actually say it until now. It's actually gonna come out in a couple weeks.
And lo and behold, they actually shadow dropped the trailer, and not only they shadow dropped the trailer, but they shadow dropped its legit release date.
Yeah, which is great. It's good for us because I actually am kind of hyped about this trailer after seeing. I kind of hyped about this show after seeing the trailer. So yeah, let's go talk about this because the series is so. We kind of have a little glimpse of what the series is going to be all about. It's all about a psychological thriller set in the far future that welcomes you to a planet-wide amusement park in the clouds. In the shadows below, where a broken Princess Android might be two dreamers' ticket to better lives or the end of their lives. First things first, what are your thoughts on just the fact about the idea of Knights of Guinevere?
The idea itself is very inventive. I like the idea of this show presenting itself as a Disneyland park, but so gory and so horrifying.
It's a little bit different because, like, from the way I kind of saw how the trailer went, it looked like look the video. There's like two parts to the video. Like, there's the first part where it's like very nice and fancy. It talks about this like once upon a time story about a princess and this park, for example, right?
But then on the other side, you do see what lies behind it. It does.
Yeah,
you do see.
yeah, you get to see the not video part where you get to see like humans start to destroy the androids or something.
Yeah, so it really does show how there's a bit of like darkness beneath the light.
Because like it is kind of like what the teaser trailer gave you. Because remember, like it was all about a princess that was just sleeping with a bunch of animals, and then like there was the second part of the trailer where the princess was like being corrupted and like about to destroy humans and stuff.
Yeah, so already I really do like how it's one of those best case scenarios where it shows that things are not always what they seem, and yeah, it may seem a bit disturbing for some viewers, like viewer discretion is advised, of course, but still though, it shows how Glitch is not afraid to get raw with its
I think if anything, like you're on YouTube, you're kind of like Netflix also, where like you'll have like a viewer discretion advice thing. Look, they're gonna allow it. I mean, it is gonna be on YouTube, so it's going to be like there will be things that they will allow. But yeah.
Also, what I like is that, okay, so I'm gonna say this right now. Since Dana Terrace created the Owl House, right? And we know that she hasn't had a good history with Disney. This could be Dana Terrace's revenge on Disney in a sense.
How can you do that?
Because it's Dana Terrace parodying not just Disney, but also one of the characters of Knights of Guinevere, named Orville Park, looks remotely similar to Walt Disney. If you look closely at the commentary.
What? I didn't actually think about that.
Yeah, so it's pretty much Dana Terrace parodying Disney.
Isn't that guy that says "Welcome to the park" or something like that?
Yeah, sort of like how Walt Disney says
Does he even
"Welcome
look
to Disneyland."
like Disney? I don't know if he does.
You don't have to have the physical look. It's just more like it's a big showman, entertainment.
That's kind of like a big take, like a big theory that you brought up there.
It's actually when you look closely at the trailer and how they present the amusement park as well as Orville Park as well as its Disney princess tropes and how they parody it. It actually does. When you look into it, it is actually Dana Terrace parodying Disney in a sense.
I kind of didn't like that, to be fair, because like I really would love it if like. Yeah, I don't know if Dana really wanted revenge like that, because like I understand, like, yes, they kind of butchered the Owl House like that.
They butchered the Owl House, so
I really didn't think of it that way, honestly. I didn't really think it was actually like more of a Disney hate cartoon here.
It's like I don't think anyone did when you take a first glance.
Just like I first glanced on the trailer and I was thinking like, oh, this is a different kind of like thing about like parks and stuff. Like, what made the humans so overpowered over the robots,
But as I watched more and more and more, it all started to come together. Like, you got the princess androids, like parodying animatronics that you see in Disney parks, in a sense. You got Orville Park, who, like I said, have their minds of Walt Disney, and then you also got the planet-wide music park, which is Walt Disney Park.
I'm kind of wondering, where did you ever get those ideas? Because, like, for me, I never thought of it that way. Like, I literally just, like, watched the trailer. I just saw, like the theme park aspect for the series. I saw this one princess girl that looked to be pretty, and then she ended up getting corrupted. Like, she ended up getting, like, her hands chopped off or something. And I'm like, oh, what happened? What the heck happened? Did she try to kill humans?
Yeah, and that's what I like about, the Glitch trailer, is that it gives us what we're going to see without giving too much away.
It's so weird because, like, I remember in the trailer, there was, like, that last part where you get to see, like, nine scenes of the whole entire, like, park itself. And then it switches over to, like, the very bad side where it's, like, blood and gore and robots dying. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, it's a way of... So here's what I'm thinking. Like, it's a way of showing, yes, this stuff is going to happen, while at the same time, it's a bit of a warning saying there's going to be this type of content shown in As a Guinevere, just to let you know.
Okay. Well, here's the other thing, too. Besides the robots, because we already talked about this girl. It's already the princess that is ruling the whole entire park. I'm talking about the other humans that are also in the show as well. Like, I saw this, like, blonde-haired, like, girl that looked like Pacifica Northwest out of some reason. She was, like, one of the main characters. I think she's one of the princesses that's there. There's also a bunch of other characters that also, I think, were part of humans that are trying to face off against the people that run the park or something like that. Again, there's not really much, like, emphasis on it. I just remember that this was just a particularly a particular story for Knights of Guinevere before it all got corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, of course, there's going to be other characters that are going to, play a part. But what I like is that they kept them shown, like, in brief moments. Like, they kept the plot very brief.
Well, here's the thing. Like, they don't want to put too much out. Like, that it's not all about that princess girl. It's about other characters too. And I have a feeling the main characters are those little kids, or the kids, or the main humans, to say.
And what makes this trailer work is that we're left wondering, who are these kids? Who are these people?
We're gonna get that introduced in, like, the first episode, to say. Yeah.
Which I like. It makes me all the more intrigued and excited for first episode. Can't wait for it.
Now, this particular series is made by, who, Dana Terrace, who made The Owl House, who worked on Gravity Falls as well. But she also did have two associates, John Bailey Owen and Zach Marcus. With those names, how excited are you about the whole project now?
Yeah. So with those names attached, with those creators in mind, it makes me all the more excited, because we've seen how the Owl House is, and the Owl House, even though it's a kids show, it's not afraid to delve into dark territory. But yeah, obviously not this dark, but they're not afraid to tackle the dark elements of fantasy and everything.
I think, if anything, like, when I first saw that trailer, I was thinking, like, Data, this is, like, really intense. This is something that you never expect from the Owl House to say, because Owl House kept it tame with just all the things that happen in the show, like from magic to, Lumity and a bunch of other things. Just kept it, like, awesome. Like, that show was just absolutely, like, top peak, one of the best Disney Channel shows I've ever seen. But you're now telling me that this is going to be over the top now. Like, this isn't even magic anymore. This is just more of corruption.
Yeah, like, and I think that that's why I have faith in this show, because the thing is, the Owl House was a Disney show, so there was a major studio interfering with some parts.
Yeah.
But with this is under Glitch, that is an indie animation studio, so she has more creative freedom to bring this
which she's able to do, and thankfully with these other two that are also helping her as well, she has that great creative freedom. Again, it's because of those three that has brought up this amazing cartoon, and that's why I'm so hyped about it at the moment, just because, like, it looks so different compared to, like, the other cartoons that Glitch has.
Yeah, and what I like is that, unlike some of the most others shows in Glitch production, this is one that is 2D.
Yes.
Like, this is the first 2D Glitch production show that I'm aware of. Like, at least a major one.
That's true, actually, because, like, the other cartoons, like Murder Drones and Amazing Digital Circus, all are CGI, to say.
Yeah, so this is a real treat for 2D animation fans as well.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally see that too, yeah.
Yes.
The other thing too is that recently Data also did post up the voice cast that are in the show. One of them that you'll probably recognize is Eden Regal, who voices Basha in the Owl House. She's gonna be voiced Gwen. I don't know who Gwen is. We'll figure that out. Sungwon Cho, by the way, aka ProZD, he's going to be voicing Orville Park, which is awesome actually, because. Yeah. He was from also K-pop Demon Hunter, so that's another thing.
So I like how, like, yeah, he's becoming more of a performative voice actor.
I have a feeling, because, like, ProZD is a streamer and a YouTuber. Now he's becoming a freaking voice actor for things now.
That dude is going places. He's already going
Yeah.
places.
By the way, anyway, Pro ZD is just pretty awesome, if anything.
Pro ZD.
Yeah. So Songwon Cho, that's also another voice. Honestly, the rest of them I kind of don't know about. Michaela Lewis, who's Frankie, Zelda Khan Black as Andy, Kaylee McKee as Sparky, and Erin Nicole Lindquist as Old Orville Park, Laura Kong as Young Olivia Park. The voice cast looks promising, but what are your thoughts on it?
I think that the voice cast, they definitely are going to deliver because, especially we've seen some prominent ones like, of course, especially Eden Regal and Sungwon Cho. Most of them have delivered, quite stellar performances on their own. So I have a feeling that they're going to be contributing a lot to the show with their voice talents.
Nonetheless, I mean, you got Eden Regal that's already on it, and if she's gonna be the main character, then you got my money down.
Yes.
I don't care. Like I don't know if I don't know the rest of the other voice cast besides Eden Regal and Sungwon Cho, but they look to be very promising when it comes to voice acting. And I don't know who else is going to be voice acting. Maybe Dana might have some more maybe have some more voice actors up this arsenal. But again, looks promising with the way I'm kind of seeing the whole trailer. And again, what kind of stinks is that I don't hear the voices of those characters. I only know about the princess. That's it.
Yeah,
so, and Olivia and Orville Park. That's it.
I think that's all you need to know for now until episode 1. That's what Glitch is saying.
I guess. Okay, but yeah, I mean, okay, so with everything that we just discussed about Knights of Guinevere, how excited are you just entirely for this series? Like,
I've been excited for this series ever since Glitch announced in the first place.
No, I think the fact that Dana Terrace was the one that's going to start it got me interested. But after seeing the trailer, now I'm more interested. And I got to say this out here. I'm excited for this more than Amazing Digital Circus, honestly.
Ooh, that's a bit of a hot take.
Honestly, the Amazing Digital Circus, I mean, it's a great show. I'm honestly thinking it's a great show. But, like, it's becoming a little bit more, like, just, fun and games with a lot of, like, deep insights. For a Digital Circus. Now we're having a new show, Knights of Guinevere, that already shows like, okay, you already are attracting me with the visuals, with like the deep story that's going to be inside the show. I have a feeling like this is going to be huge, so I'm more excited about this cartoon, honestly.
More power to you, but this really does show how Glitch continues to still be on a roll with their animated shows.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're continuing to do great with it. Glitch Productions is just on top of things right now when it comes to their cartoons.
Like they're growing bigger and bigger, and I couldn't be more proud.
I'm just waiting until like they get the Netflix treatment too. Let that become a Netflix. Let's see.
Yes, I'm rooting for that to become reality. Well, not just Netflix, but any kind of streaming service, whether it be Prime Video, even Apple TV Plus.
I think it's more on. Well, here's the thing. Like Digital Circus is on Netflix and YouTube. Like, why doesn't it have the same treatment?
Yeah, I think that Murder Drones like strictly on YouTube?
Yes, it's on YouTube. It's not on Netflix or anything. It's just on YouTube. But it's its first cartoon. Then Amazing Digital Circus came out.
I see. Okay, yeah. So, I would say that in terms of this, Netflix has the highest chance of getting it. But as of now, we could celebrate the fact that it's on YouTube.
Look, I'm okay with it on YouTube right now. But if it does go on Netflix or any other streaming service, I'm gonna take it too. Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but either way, Knights of Guinevere, the trailer did come out. It is going to come out, mark the date, September 19th, which is in a couple of weeks away.
To think, like, already the release date is near us.
We should have actually brought this up in our What's New in September, but to be fair, this was announced literally on Labor Day. So
it was announced on Labor Day, and it was shadow dropped. Like, we didn't expect them to announce it till then.
No, Glitch is just continuing to roll with some big hitters, I can say.
Yeah, and Glitch does it best where they shadow drop not just new series trailers, but also new episodes.
Just remember,
trailers.
I keep forgetting about the two. Remember, they have Gaslight District too. So they have those cartoons. I wonder what's going on with the Gaslight District. What happened to the second episode of that show?
Who knows? But either way, Glitch is getting bigger, and Knights of Guinevere is a nice new addition to their lineup.
Indeed. So yes, Knights of Guinevere, this new show is going to come out September 19th, 2025. So if you are going to be a big fan of this show or a big fan of The Owl House or Dana Terrace, check it out on September 19th. It's going to be huge. This
is definitely, yes, all the more hype.
All right. So next up, we just talked about Amazing Digital Circus, but let's go ahead and discuss the recent episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, shall we? All right, so yes, this was kind of a very funny episode because it actually is titled "They All Get Guns."
Yeah, going from one glitch project to another, we're gonna be talking about their latest episode here.
Yeah, so the episode title is called "They All Get Guns." Okay, so I kind of like how it all got set up because, what was it? Kane was supposed to present the awards for the best character awards or something like that,
Yes.
and in the end, they were trying to get an adventure with all 6 of them, and he ends up just like not caring and says like, "Hey, here's some guns. Have fun. It's gonna be 2v2v2."
Which is really surprising because Kane usually is the type that would be like so overhyped, like present like bigly, like have these big presentations of here's a grand adventure and all that. You never expect Kane to be kind of like low key, like, you know.
Yeah, I was kind of odd about that because he
Low-key about
always
that.
like the uplifting kind of person, not like one of those that gets depressed or anything.
Yeah, Kane's just like, do whatever you want.
Right. I was like, what?
Yeah, and we don't expect to see it from Kane, but whatever. Kane is Kane. He's unpredictable.
Yeah, and again, I just feel him like I just feel like there's something interesting about that guy. Either way, the teams was Ragatha and Kinger, Gangle and Zubul, and Jackson Pomni. What are your thoughts about the team up with these 6 characters?
Well, of course, we all know that Gangle and Zubul, since they're such BFFs, you would, of course, expect them to be on a team. Now, Ragatha and Pomni would have been cute as well, but here's the thing. I think, like, Pomni and Ragatha have already formed a friendship, but now, let's see what happens when Pomni's team up with Jax.
Well,
See how that's
did
gonna
you remember
turn
the
out.
last episode? Pomni and Jax were kind of bonding.
They were kind of, but we do see, ever since that, I've been wondering what makes Jax tick. And the episode does delve into what makes Jax tick, along with his friendship with Pomni.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going on with the whole thing. I just remember when they were trying to team up, they were going to go with Pomni. Well, Pomni and Ragatha were going to like team up together, but in the end, Ragatha said, "I'd rather go with Kinger or something." Instead of like having like she's trying to be happy for Kinger because like Kinger and Jax would not be a great duo. So that's
Yeah.
why like you see Pomni and Jax team up together so that, you know, I had a feeling like Ragatha and Pomni would have been a great team and would have won the whole thing. But no, in the end, it was going to be Pomni and Jax and Ragatha and Kinger. And again, there's that shift between Pomni and Ragatha, and I'm wondering what happened. Was it from the last episode? Because I remember Ragatha was absolutely like grieving the fact that Pomni is going to hang out with Jax now.
Yeah, like there's this mixture of both like legit jealousy, but also there's that side of Ragatha that thinks like, you know, oh no, Jax is going to corrupt Pomni. Like she's worried that Jax might be a negative influence on Pomni.
Well, yeah, there's that. But again, there's some sort of like, what was it, tension between Pomni and Ragatha, which I don't know about it because I just remember it from the previous episode. So yeah. So they got the teams. They're all teamed up. They had their 5 minutes to pretty much make their teams. They all tried to find their weapons because it looks like the weapons were all spread out all over the Amazing Digital Circus. So they all found their weapons. You get to see Pomni and Jax try to team up with each other. I'm loving that whole team up with Pomni and Jax, honestly, because like Jax was not really like a big jerk to Pomni from the way I'm seeing it.
Yeah, and if anything, Jax was more like trying to help Pomni let loose. Like he's trying to get Pomni to embrace her inner wild evil
That's
side.
the reason why she was evil. Like she started saying, "I'm gonna be evil, Pomni." Like you get to see her like with the sharp teeth and everything with a gun.
And
like,
oh my gosh, with Stella voice acting from Lizzie Freeman, it's so adorable seeing Pomni going, "Evil Pomni!" To I just like, it's so adorable, but as Jax puts it, it is kind of cringe. But it's a cute kind of cringe.
It's cute kind of cringe no matter what.
Yeah.
In the background, I also get to see like how Jax is as well. I mean, like the fact that Jax is being supported of Pomni is just telling you something. Like, I thought you were always an asshole to Pomni, but it looks like you're actually nice to her for some reason.
Yeah, I think that, like I said before, this is Jax's way of, you know, trying to help Pomni be more like him. Because as Jax explains to Pomni about how since they're in a digital circus, they're not humans anymore. They're archetypes now, so they have to embrace archetypes.
So that's a good way to put it, I guess. But I mean, we're gonna get more into Jax and Pomni because both of them actually do end up getting a great relationship, especially in the games. But I think one thing that I want to bring up is what was it? Ragatha, sorry, not Ragatha, Gangle and Zubul, because both of them, like, they're absolutely like a great team to say. Like, Gangle could be like not the best kind of shooter to say because it isn't until a Tommy gun comes up and then she starts going all crazy. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, she starts like holding the Tommy gun and starts going all crazy and stuff. I have to say this for Gangle, she can like work out in the freaking warfield to say. Like
She actually could.
like she even like attached her, like she may be like underhanded with like one gun and stuff, but like she'll get herself back in her room and get supplied with more guns and bombs and then even more arms to take down like Pomni and Jax.
I was actually impressed seeing this side of Gangle because we usually see Gangle as the vulnerable, emotional type. But then,
well, she still kind of is the emotional type anyway, because like there are times where like she still wants to find the Tommy gun. She can't even hold the gun right, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is that Zubul does help out Gangle. Zubul, they try to help Gangle, be supportive of her, and try to comfort her when Gangle is worried about Jax. So that really helps.
Oh, I know. Zubul just continues to become a supportive type for Gangle anyways. And yes, and like I said, Zubul definitely feels like a person that will definitely be great with guns. Because like she looks like she's in the war or something, you know? She was prepared, like having a flashbang grenade on them, and then like start shooting them down while she was like underhanded. While like while Pomni and Jax sings a freaking song.
Oh gosh,
the Bicycle for Two.
Bell for Two song. Yeah, it was so amazing. Like it was their such an amazing duo singing Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer too. Because it's mentioned at one point, like by Kane, that Zubul hates when, they sing, Bicycle Built for Two right outside her door. And Jax and Pomni use it to their advantage to try to get to Zubul.
And it worked somewhat because she was still prepared to like take him down anyway. But yeah. No, I mean, I mean, the only thing I'm going to explain for this is that Gangle, yes, with the Tommy gun, she ends up becoming like a really badass girl, but she still died in the end.
She still did, but even so, I could definitely say that this was Gangle at her happiest. Like she's never felt so
that's a good point. Actually, she's actually very happy with the fact that she ends up getting her favorite gun, and she does try to take down Pomni and Jax. In the end, she still end up getting sniped.
So she may have lost, but she did have an incredible winning moment with that moment.
So that's the only thing I can bring up for Gangle and Zubul. They are a great team, but I think Zubul definitely is the better person out of Gangle, because like let her be the leader, and then your team will win.
Yeah, Zubul is exactly what Gangle needs in order to build up her self-confidence.
Mm-hmm, yeah. And then here's the one that I think is questionable. Ragatha and Kinger. Like, they're the first team to be eliminated from this whole competitive matchup, but in that loser corner where they lost, there was some sort of big, like, deep emotional moments that happened between the two. Like, Kinger was just Kinger, but Ragatha absolutely has some, like, deep regrets and stuff. Like, she thinks that she's not friends with everybody, like her niceness ends up hurting her.
Yeah,
like,
so
I like your thoughts on that particular moment.
You gotta feel bad for the poor woman, Ragatha, because Ragatha literally broke down, and yeah, it does hurt that when you do try to be nice, like to others, but then they don't, they don't return the favor to you by being nice to you themselves. They're indifferent towards you. Like Zubul and Gangle are indifferent towards Ragatha. And then, of course, Ragatha and Jax hate each other. And she's trying to be close to Pomni, but she kind of pushed her way by going with Kinger. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's a lot of emotional burden on a nice person like Ragatha.
Yeah, there's a little thing where like being too nice will hurt you to say. Like there's some people that kind of like get into that little emotion to say. Yeah.
But here's the thing. On episode 5, we learned that Ragatha had an abusive and controlling mother. And it's one of the symptoms that comes with, having that kind of relationship with her mother is, being too passive, being too nice, being too much of a pushover. But then Kinger comes and, comforts her and assures her to, put herself, sometimes. Like even though what Ragatha is doing,
she absolutely is like one of the nicest people out there, but I could totally see that it can definitely eat her alive to say. Like in this whole freaking competition, she was the first to be eliminated.
Yeah,
Like she doesn't know how to hold a gun, and then you also get to see like her hands end up getting like cottonized because her hands get cut off by the gunshots. To say,
yeah.
yeah, it's not. It doesn't look like she was ready for this particular matchup.
Well, yeah, no, like putting Ragatha in that kind of game is like, no, Ragatha and guns do not mix together.
No, it just wasn't great for her. I know that she was also grieving as well. So like for her being last place kind of like gives her a reflection moment where it's like, yeah, I need to really think about what I'm doing here, because like you're losing friendships, and it's kind of true. Like from the way I kind of see what Ragatha was talking about, like her other friends like Gangle and Zubul are not talking to her. Jax and Ragatha have some deep like rift. I don't know what that rift is, but it is deep, looks like.
Yeah, and even Ragatha, because she knows Jax so well, because I think Ragatha and Jax knew each other the longest out of all the
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because like Jax and Ragatha know each other the longest, and Jax starts to hate Ragatha. But it's like what Ragatha is doing to Pomni right now. She just hopes Pomni is not doing the same thing to Jax, like that she's doing with Jax,
Yeah.
That Pomni's not going away from Ragatha,
Yeah, but then she did. At the end of the day, she needed someone to talk to. She needed
That's
someone
what
to
Kinger
understand
was there
her.
for.
And as crazy as Kinger can be, I applaud this moment for presenting Kinger in this really nice, calm, and collective, and really just wise figure to really give her advice, to give her wise advice. It really does show how he's more than what he seems. This and episode 3 show it.
Well, yeah, I mean, episode 3, definitely of the Halloween episode, just kind of shows how he was and everything. So yeah, those are the matchups, and there was just a whole big gunfight that was going on. We do get to see the deep reflections, especially with Ragatha. But I do want to also talk about the end, where we get to see Jax and Pomni. And they are the winners, but there is supposed to be only one winner, with both of them only having one life left. Then there was this whole moment where you get to see Pomni just literally just say like, hey, well, Pomni is pretty much like ready to kill Jax, and Jax was like gonna accept it. Like he's like, go ahead, shoot me, do whatever. But like there's something going on where it's like, why is Jax not hurting Pomni? Like Pomni is hurting Jax. She's like fighting him in this one moment too, and Jax was not fighting back. He was also getting like hella angry too. There was so many deep like confrontations in this like particular moment. Like I'm explaining a lot with this, but there's just so much to comprehend when it comes to Jax and Pomni in that moment. Like how can you sum it up in words?
So
what happened there?
What I could say is that this particular scene, of course, the scene in particular is like the biggest scene in this entire episode. When people think of episode 6, this scene is what they're talking about, because, well, not only is it Michael Kovach's best performance in an Amazing Digital Circus episode yet, with Jax going crazy, but then it kind of
wasn't really going crazy. It was kind of more like angry.
It's kind of like it goes in a different turn in which you didn't expect Jax to not only submit himself to Pomni, but also to just outright say that like they were never really friends. It was basically him just playing Pomni the whole time, playing with her emotions.
Yeah, but like Pomni was trying to hurt Jax, and she was trying to prove a point. The fact that Jax still likes Pomni as a friend or something, because like if what Jack's saying is true, the fact that she's not her friend, then she would fight back. But why didn't he fight back? He was just like not even. She was just like throwing her away, like not punching her back, not hurting her or anything like that. While Pomni continues like chew on Jax's leg, and just continue to like be a nuisance to Jax.
It is a mystery to all of us, because Jax is one of those characters that is so unpredictable, and yet you want to know more about him, like why he does what he does. And when you see a scene like this in which Jax doesn't fight back, you have to wonder not only why, but also like what is his true motive, other than he gets joy from playing with the emotions of others. It's like, no, it's got to be something.
No, there's something more than that. There's something more than that. He's lying to himself. That's what I'm saying. He's lying to himself.
And you could tell by the performance and the facial expressions that he doesn't really mean it, but somehow he forces himself to say those things.
Yeah. And then again, there's just so much to conflict when it comes to it. I just now know like what they're going to go for when it comes to Jax now. Like he's not the bully anymore. He's like, there's something deep in him that's making him the bully. Like you could say that he's like not being friends with anybody, but he may take a care on a couple of people. I remember that one scene as well where he was like by himself and he was looking at the doors of those that were abstracted. That clown, that frog that was abstracted. Something tells me he had something to do with it.
Yeah, I think the next episode will explore that. But yeah, there's a subtle hint.
But then, like, your predictions, like, what are your thoughts about it? Just that you're thinking, like, maybe it has something to do with this, right? Because, like, your deep thoughts are thinking, like, okay, I'm seeing Jax just continue become a nuisance just to, submit to what Pomni was doing. But then it just gets you so confused, like, saying, like, does he have so much regret in his life that he says, like, look, I'll lose. I don't know.
I think there's this deep feeling that it feels like he's self-defeating himself, and yet with the scene, it kind of illustrates that clown and frog in one way or another, they were an integral part of Jack's life, and now they're gone. They've abstracted. And something tells me that Jax is behaving the way he does because he blames himself for the abstractions of his old friends. And now he's sort of like using this as a way to punish himself.
That whole talk, especially what Pomni said, right? That question that Pomni said, what if I abstracted tomorrow? Then Jax comes up and says, like, I would just forget about you.
Yeah, but
what about that? Like, how impactful was that?
Yeah, it kind of hit me right here, but it really is disheartening. But at the same time, if you really listen carefully to the tone, it's either like he doesn't mean it or he really does, and he doesn't care about losing anyone.
I kind of feel like I lied to himself, but he kind of does mean it. Like, the whole serious tone that he gave to Pomni kind of says, like, I'll just, it'll be faded from my memory eventually.
Yeah.
It kind of, like, disheartens me. It kind of tells me, like, Jax, are you just being a jerk? Just saying, like, not giving a care to somebody that you care about, getting abstracted, getting gone forever?
Not to mention, like, you had an incredible episode. You spent a majority of the episode with her, having fun, playing bad guys, and now all of a sudden, Jax, you say this to Pomni in the very same episode?
Yeah, it just confuses me here and there, but I know that there's going to be some sort of breaking point for Jax. I don't know when, but I know we have like 4 episodes left for Amazing Digital Circus, but Jax is a huge importance right now. Like, the focus has to be on Jax right now, because if something happens in these next couple episodes, I mean, we can talk about it more in the ending, which we'll discuss soon, but I'm just saying, like, this is something huge for Jax. Just this whole episode just gives me a big important point about what's going on with Jax right now.
Yeah, like as you delve more and more into the series, and especially this episode, you have to wonder what exactly is into Jack's psyche, because of how, like, this episode clearly demonstrates Jax is a broken character.
He's absolutely broken, for sure. Like, you can't just say he's just like one big bully. Like, from the first couple episodes, you get to see him just continue to be an asshole, and now he's like he's an asshole, but now there's some sort of deep meaning for him being an asshole.
Yeah, and I think that this episode is a great start to building Jax's character development, which I've always wanted since episode 1.
Yeah,
well,
this happened also in the last episode as well. Like, that episode, even in this episode, this absolutely is really impactful for Jax. And now I'm kind of wondering, like, what will happen to him in the future episodes, because in the end, like, the favorite character, so we'll just skip on to the favorite character awards now, because, like, the favorite character awards happened, and it seems like Kane was hosting and blah blah blah. Everybody was seated well. You had Pomni and Ragatha sitting together, which kind of tells me, a friendship is still lingering somewhat. They weren't really talking to each other. They just said, like, let's sit together. Cool. While Jax is, like, in the back, like, away from the whole group, which I find surprising. I'm like, okay, maybe you just want to try to get your stress away, not talk to the group, to say. But I also did see that one scene in that bathroom where he ends up, like, having dizzy died, having water being poured out, and he's just, like, stressing out, like, having his face all something wrong with him. I honestly thought when I saw that scene, he was being abstracted. Like, you know, I could get why I don't know about the whole abstraction scene. Like, we only saw one person get abstracted, and that was that clown. But then, like, what makes a person abstracted? Was it just too much to bear? Was it just a lot in your head that you get abstracted? Because there was no explanation to it. But, like, from the way I kind of saw how Jax is behaving, it tells me, like, oh, this is a sign. Are you abstracting? It looks like you are.
Yeah, it definitely looked like he was having a panic attack, or it was something majorly severe that happened to him. But all you gotta know is that Jax had this moment where, like the dude was suffering. You can't help but feel bad for him.
Oh yeah.
And then the nail in the coffin was Jax looking at the mirror and saying he looks stupid. So you could tell that Jax is a self-loathing character.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely sees that way. Yes. So yeah, that was pretty much how the entire episode goes. Kane gave out the favorite character award to a guy named what was it? Ming.
Yeah.
Who was just a little NPC character, which makes
Yeah.
it awkward when he was like presenting it too.
And then at the end it shows that no one voted for Kane, much to everyone's surprise.
Well, it's kind of actually after the credits.
It was after the
So
credits.
it's like
but it
some
was
folks. So if you guys like skip through the like pretty much end the episode at the credits, you missed out on an important scene where Kane got no votes for the favorite character, and he starts to get a little bit abstracted.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, and that the moment we see Kane get abstracted,
Well,
because
it wasn't really like abstracted. She was just like red eye.
Glitched out.
Yeah,
Glitched out.
she glitched out. But he keeps on glitching out all the time.
he keeps on glitching out all the time, and with each episode of Kane glitching, the more he glitches, the more we want to know more about Kane. Much like Jax, Kane is a mysterious character.
And he's the one who set up the whole digital circus. Remember?
Yeah, and I think that in at least the last 2 episodes, we're gonna find, of course, why the digital circus was made in the first
Is it 2
place.
episodes or is it 4? Because I thought there were 10 episodes altogether.
I think that like there are 4 more episodes, but the final 2 are going to tackle that subject, while the next 2 are going to tackle upon Jackson's character, hopefully.
Man, you're really making a lot of predictions out here, are you?
It's just fun to think about. It's just fun to think about. Yeah.
I cannot go that far to say what's gonna happen next, because like they always want to put it up in a mystery to say. Yeah, because like they don't actually talk about the deep moments of the show, because they just literally in every preview of the Amazing Digital Circus, they only give you like what the synopsis is going to be about. Oh, guns. Oh, them in a training montage, whatever.
Yeah, and the Guns trailer made it seem like it was just going to be this fun shoot
Yeah.
bang bang episode, but the episode actually proves
That's the
more than
thing.
that.
Like now it makes you predict much to think about. Like, oh, what will happen to this character? What will happen to that character? To say, yeah. But no, I mean, overall, I think this is one of the better episodes I've watched for the Amazing Digital Circus. It gives you more impact on like the characters that are in the show. A lot of Ragatha grief, a lot of Jack's deep emotional moments in this show, a lot of Kane moments too. Because I also did remember this one particular scene where he was like chilling back while everybody else is fighting with guns, and he was like sifting through pictures. Do you remember that? What was that about?
I think that a future episode will delve into that, but something tells me
What were your thoughts on that? Like, it's an office. And remember, Pomni came from an office. So don't tell me that he came from the same office as Pomni or something, right?
it has to be. It has to be the case.
Yeah, again, I don't know. Because it just tells you, like, okay, there's an office space in that picture. And I was thinking, like, wait a minute, isn't that the same office space that Pomni was in when she first came into the digital circus? Like,
Yeah.
come on. There's like so many connections that came to it. I'm like wondering why Kane just had those pictures.
Yeah, there's going to be there's going to be more connections later on in the series that it's all going to come together.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I kind of wanted to know your thoughts. Like, what's in your mind that makes you think, like, this could be a relationship to Pomni? Why Pomni and Kane? Why Kane brought Pomni in, you know?
It's actually it actually leaves me leaving so many questions. Like, is this going to serve a purpose? Does this tell me, there's actually a connection between the two?
Yeah.
Which I want to see. I
actually kind of like the direction. Again, I kind of like the direction that they're going through right now. I know the last episode kind of was like messed up, honestly, because I mean there was less deep emotional impact on characters, but more of randomness.
So with episode 5, it prioritized on the adventure aspect than the emotional depth aspect.
So that's why we didn't get more emotional depth for example, Jax, for example. I know there's more emotional impact for Ragatha, but then every other character was just like, oh, I'm just in it for the show.
Now, this episode takes a different turn because the adventure is, of course, not really an adventure, but it's more like a shootout. It's a
shootout, but at the same time, like, you're in the same team with this person. Now let's actually talk about your feelings about this character your partnership with this character.
And that's what makes this episode work, is that it takes like 90% of priority takes place like with the emotional development of the characters rather than the adventure. Because we've already seen so many wacky adventures. Now it's time to go to emotional depth, the drama.
Either way, I mean, I can't really say much anymore. I really pretty much spit my thoughts about it. I don't know any other secrets that came into this particular show, but I've already said my piece because I did watch this like a couple hours ago. Rewatched it again, and I kind of want to like sum up what I was thinking about, but there's just so much questions to be answered. So many questions that needs to be answered in these next couple episodes. So I can't wait to watch it now. Now it gets me more glued now into the Amazing Digital Circus.
Yeah,
because
so,
now you give me some good content like this, then I'll get more glued into it. Last episode was kind of meh. I did say it was kind of meh last episode, but this episode absolutely was like my kind of entertainment. Like, give me more of like the grief of the characters. Give me more of like the characters that, you know, we love, that has some emotional toll on them. You know, give me all that kind of drama. I mean, I love drama, to be honest, like on a cartoon. So, I mean, give me more of that. I want to see the answers come out in these next couple episodes, because I know it's supposed to be a short series, and hopefully it ends up really well for everybody.
Yeah. No, what I like about this series is that this is pretty much after we watch each episode. Like, after an episode of Amazing Digital Circus, we're left with questions, wondering how it came to be, how this character came to be, how the circus came to be, how we want to see more backstory in these characters. And episode 6 does it the best with the amount of emotional depth given to everyone, especially Jax.
It definitely is huge. I can't wait to see what more has for Jax, because like that, I think this is now the main focus guy now. Like, we always been focused on Pomni for the first couple episodes. Now it's just Jax and Ragatha and Kane now.
Yeah, and now think episode 1, episode 2, you hated Jax so much that you wanted him to suffer. You couldn't stand it. But in episode 6, they gave a tragic.
I love how the writers made us give a little loop around right there. It's like, oh, now we actually like Jax.
Yeah, like this episode made us sympathize with Jax. They made Jax a sympathetic character.
Right. I got nothing much to say. Anything else you want to bring up from this episode?
I just want to say that this episode is definitely, like, you know, the best that I've seen thus far because of the emotional depth behind it. It's something I've always wanted to see. I'm glad we got it.
Mm-hmm. And Amazing Digital Circus is ending in 4 episodes, but the next episode is still to be announced via Glitch. The next thing that Glitch is going to bring up is, of course, Knights of Guinevere, which we can't wait for the next coming weeks. So until the next announcement of Amazing Digital Circus comes out, we'll have to wait and see. But episode 7 looks to be epic as it comes out soon.
I definitely agree. We always look forward to more content from Glitch.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think that's all we can discuss for this topic, right?
Yes.
All right. So without further ado, let's go into our main subject. And I know we have like a couple minutes left before our show ends here. But let's go ahead and actually talk about the summer movies. Now, this summer has been quite interesting when it comes to our movies, huh? Because we've had so many great ones, from the Bad Guys 2 to F1 to Jurassic World and Superman and Fantastic Four. I would say this summer lineup of movies has been epic to me. How about you? Your thoughts on the summer movies?
Now, of course, you expect all these movies to come out during the summer because, of course, summer blockbuster. And I will say that they got some really stellar ones that we'll talk about later, some mid ones, and a few I wasn't so fond of.
I mean, there's a lot of movies that came out in the summer, but we're going to be only depicting only, because we're only going to be discussing only a few of the movies that we've watched that we are interested in, and ones that we kind of say like, why did we want to watch it? You know, like there's some movies that kind of like said where I come in and I'm like, oh, this is a great movie, but like I come in that like coming in thinking like it'll be a great movie, but in the end it's going to be a bust, to say.
Yeah, which doesn't happen every time, but there are a few times where it unfortunately has happened.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get our summer 2025 lineup in check. And let's actually do our Tiermaker list of the summer 2025 movies that came out this year.
Yeah, we can't wait to share with you our thoughts on each movie.
Right, so do you want to put your laptop in here now?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and get you guys the prompt for our thing today. Actually, let me go ahead and bring that up here.
Nice and cool.
All right, there's our little prompt here. All right, let me now make sure you have yours.
I got my thing here, so yeah.
Here, let's put this in. Okay, let me take control of this now. All right, we'll put it over here. All right, so do you guys have it in? Let me see. Make sure you guys have it on the control here. All right, sounds good. All right, so the first one that we have is an interesting one. The movie 28 Years Later. This is the sequel to 28 Weeks Later. So I haven't watched it, but Omid, you have watched it. Explain your thoughts and where do you think it should be placed in?
You know, the funny thing is that I actually haven't seen 28 Weeks Later.
I thought you said you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't see.
what about you get you interested in it though?
What got me interested was how awesome the poster looked. But not only that, but also when I looked at the trailer, it got me really intrigued because it takes place during a post-apocalyptic world where it's after the nuclear bomb happened, and so I wanted to find. I wanted to delve into how they dealt with the aftermath of it, like what they did to survive.
Is there something about you in post-apocalyptic movies?
There's something about me with post-apocalyptic media.
So don't tell me you
general.
watch like 2012 or The Day After Tomorrow or those kind of movies.
No, it's more like The Walking Dead, The Last of Us, or anything like that.
Oh,
like
so it has to be something with zombies, huh?
It has to be something with zombies or related to like the dead or something like that. So that's what got me interested in that.
Well, that's hella weird. What kind of kink you got there?
There's something about me that's intrigued by apocalypse movies.
Okay,
I don't know.
so
But
in your case, well, in my case too, I guess we're interested in the movie, right?
yeah, so when I watched 28 Years Later, even without watching the first movie, I found it to be quite compelling as it delves into the relationship between the main character and his parents, especially one of the parents, of course.
You said you watched it, or have you not watched it?
I've watched 28 Years Later, this movie.
I thought we were talking about. That's what we were talking about. 28 Years Later. I don't know why you said you haven't seen 28 Years Later.
No, I've seen 28 Years Later. I've seen this movie, but not,
That's
not the other
what
movie.
we've been discussing. 28 years. I said 28 Years Later, but you said you didn't watch it.
I didn't watch the previous one. I didn't watch 28 Years Later.
But are you supposed to watch the previous ones too?
I didn't think of it that way. I just thought...
Because there's days, weeks, and years. Because that's the trilogy right now for the 28 stuff.
Yeah, but I only went into this because I wanted time to kill, wanted to watch the movie, so I thought, what, this movie looks neat, I'll go see it. I didn't really think much of the entire franchise, so I just went into it kind of blind.
So you kind of went with it blind. Yes, it's all about people that pretty much survived the nuclear bomb, and they're pretty much zombies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it delves into the characters doing what they can to survive, but including hunting, searching for food, and everything. And the family dynamic really is strong, especially with the kid and his parent. So when you combine the two together, it makes for quite an interesting story.
Okay.
But you haven't seen it yourself.
I haven't seen it, but I don't know if I really want to see it. Again, I haven't watched 28 Days or Weeks either. I feel like for 28 Years Later, it will have to be when I have to watch those other two. And to be fair, I kind of don't like those jump scares that happen where you get to see a zombie pop up, starts to get you or something like that.
To be fair, there are some jump scares. There are some scary moments like that. So viewer discretion is definitely advised.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a fan of that.
That's totally
That's
fine.
not for me. But you said you watched it. Where would you put it in the rankings here?
I would put it, honestly, in the B category.
B? Okay, so it's not that good?
Yeah, I would say that not one of the most stellar movies I've seen in the summer, but, it was a good watch. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so that sounds good for 28 Days Later. Not bad. How about The Bad Guys 2?
The Bad Guys 2 was thoroughly enjoyable, especially with how wacky and over the top the animation style it got. Like, The Bad Guys already, the first one already was so much of a fun, action-packed comedy movie. Bad Guys 2 takes the wacky hijinks to a whole new level.
I feel like, yeah, it kind of does, but I kind of feel like it's kind of similar to the first one, like with the wacky hijinks and everything. I do love the fact that we do have the girls now along, so it's like the bad girls are pretty much being like, learning from the bad guys themselves. Something about the fox also being a mysterious spy or something like that.
Diane Foxington continues to kick ass.
Yeah,
Let's go.
so she kicks ass, and now she's part of the spies now. So I think that's pretty sick.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, for Bad Guys 2, I think it's kind of like all right. I wouldn't say like over the top best like movies, probably like an A movie to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's almost on par with the first movie because let's be honest, the first movie
It's kind of is the same, ish to say.
It's kind of the same, but I feel like this movie really does kind of like take a different turn because it's the bad guys using their smarts, their skills, their that they use to rob banks. Only this time using it for good, which is an interesting take for former criminals like these.
So what would you put it in the ranking here?
I'm gonna say B.
B? B? Really? You're not that great on it? I said A.
A minus to B plus,
A
somewhere
minus
along
B
that.
plus. So it's better than 28 Days Later. Is that where we're gonna put it there?
Better than 28 years later.
All right,
yeah.
fine. Well, we'll put it there for the B plus range. 28 Days Later.
I have no problem putting an A though, because yeah, I enjoyed Bad Guys 2 so very
Maybe
much.
you might switch it up later as we continue on here. All right, how about Ballerina, John Wick?
Ballerina John Wick, I will say, while it is the weakest of the John Wick movies by default.
Really? You didn't like that much?
No, I loved it, but I didn't love it nearly as much.
Because
as
here's the thing:
Wick
it's no
movies.
John Wick. Is it the reason why?
John Wick does make it an appearance.
Okay, I know that, but I mean, it's supposed to be like in between like certain movies in John Wick, right?
However, since it is a John Wick movie, that doesn't stop it from being such a stellar action flick.
It kind of is the same ways of like how John Wick was, except it's on her aspects. So she's kind of more the badass type. She has guns out, starting to shoot people like John Wick does.
Yeah, and they make everything about the action sequences with John Wick work so well in this movie. It all comes down to the choreography and how the action scenes are shot. They still got it down to a T.
So where would you put it there? I haven't watched Ballerinas, but I am interested in seeing it.
A.
So you put it in A.
I'll put it in A.
Are you sure about that? You said it wasn't the weakest John Wick movie, though.
It's the weakest, but it is still a really awesome movie, even though.
Okay. I haven't seen the John Wick Ballerina movie, but I was going to put it... again, I won't put it interested in my case. Mm-hmm. But in your case, since we're going to put it in your aspect, you're saying A. It's actually better than Bad Guys 2.
It's better than Bad Guys 2, yes.
It's weird because you said it was the weakest John Wick movie, though.
That's why I said it first, but then even the weakest of a movie franchise could still have to be turned to be strong on its own. That's
okay.
It shows how
Well, here's the thing. This is kind of your judgment right now. So again, 2 of the 3 movies that we're judging right now, he's watched, and I haven't watched 2 of them. So I only watched Bad Guys 2 at the moment, and I did give it an A. Mm-hmm. So that's my... Just in case you guys are keeping track, okay, guys?
Yeah.
Next, Elio. Ooh.
Now,
that one's going to be a little bit controversial.
Elio, since it's an original Pixar movie, I was rooting for it to be successful. I was rooting for it to be good. But alas...
It's good-ish. Not the best, I would say. Like, in my case, I would give it like a B range. Not like less than Bad Guys 2 in my case. Because, like... I still enjoyed the movie. I thought it was like a very good, fun, go rowdy, like, you know, uplifting kind of movie with family and everything. But like, it didn't have the same aspect and spark of a Pixar movie. It's not the same like Elemental what it was like a couple years ago when it came out. So I literally would just, I mean, I give it an average rate. I give it an average like B in my case.
Yeah, and the thing, it kind of disheartens me to say it because, like, Elio had the potential to be better than that. Because it got everything going for it, like the grand adventured space, the heartbreaking moment with Elio and his aunt. Like, it had everything it had to make a stellar movie, but it was so underwhelming. And I'm not just talking about the box office performance either.
Right, it just wasn't that great. So, again, I only gave it a B range. Where would you put it?
I will put in the B range also.
Okay, so you put in the average as well. So right behind Bad Guys 2, is that what we're looking at here?
Unfortunately, yes, I would have to say under Bad Guys 2.
Really? You even think 28 years later wasn't that great, huh?
I would say, because Elio, while good-ish, like, did have some, you know, elements that really did stand out, especially, like I said, the relationship between Elio and his aunt was done well, so slightly above 28 years later.
Okay, then we'll go ahead and put it over there. All right, so right behind Bad Guys 2 and right in front of 28 years later.
Yes.
All right. F1, the movie with Brad Pitt.
F1, I'm gonna be honest, like, F1 was serviceable as a racing movie and nothing else.
Here's the thing, you don't watch F1 races itself, do you?
I don't watch F1 races, but
the drama that is impacted in F1 the movie is kind of realistic, because like, a car crash happened and you get dramatic on the team. Yes, that does happen, because like, you're trying to get your team to be like the best in the world and yourself the best in the world.
When I look at this, I thought this is a live action Cars 3, because
what?
It has the same similarities to Cars 3.
No! What the fuck is he talking about?
Think about it. Car crash, old rookie getting old.
But that's not the way. That's not how you even freaking predict it, bro. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm the person who's watching F1 here, but I'm like, everything is realistic. Yes, car crashes happen, injuries happen, something fatal could happen in a F1 race.
And I get it, but I felt like the movie was a bit generic for a racing movie, in my opinion.
Oh no, this ain't no NASCAR, bro. This ain't no NASCAR. F1, I feel like absolutely shows the drama when it comes to the races. I do have to give this a little thought here. Apex Racing is not real, although everything else is real. Ferrari, Mercedes, what is it? Aston Martin. The teams that were also featured in F1 are there, including the racers too. You get to see a little glimpse of Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc. Again, I'm a big F1 person, so again, I can't say otherwise. I just wanted to watch it. I just remember watching it just by myself, checking out the movie. And I thought it was pretty epic. I would say not S tier epic, but like A tier epic. So like I would say like in the realm of like in the A range for me.
I would say somewhere in like the C range.
C? Are you serious?
I don't know. Maybe it's because like there was something in me that just wanted more from this movie than your typical, racer movie.
I think I have a feel. Wow, you don't like the drama in the movie?
I mean, the drama was fine, but I think what really sold the movie for me was, of course, the racing scenes. The racing scenes were
they were
highlight.
Freaking epic. I mean, imagine yourself driving in D-Box, like sitting in those D-Box seats, driving like an F1 racer.
I actually did watch this movie in D-Box, and yeah, it was
It's pretty epic. It's pretty epic, right?
It's pretty epic, but like I said, I went into this movie expecting, racer story movie with some really awesome racing scenes. I got what I wanted. I thought it was fine for what it is, but I would say like not nearly as bigger fan of F1 in the movie like you are, but yeah,
like F1, the F1 series racing. There is a real F1 series racing. You know that?
I know, but
yeah,
I haven't really checked it out. I just see the appeal. I just see appeal behind F1 and everything.
Just there's also that Netflix series called Formula One Drive to Survive. Check that out. That is actually pretty cool. Of a documentary series of what happens during the season. So
that's what I heard. That's
why I say like go check it out if you can. But yeah, I say A, you say C, so we're gonna keep it at B in this case.
Yeah,
I would say higher than Bad Guys 2, honestly.
I would say behind 28 Years Later if I was in charge of the list. But
what? Oh, fine. How about in front of Elio?
We'll do a compromise. We'll do a compromise.
What? In front of Elio? Is that what we're going for?
We'll say between Bad Guys 2 and Elio. How's that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right behind Bad Guys 2. Right? Are we gonna do that? All right. I'm trying to convince you to watch F1 now. Oh, here comes a good one. Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. Let's go. My gosh, we finally got a legitimately great Fantastic Four movie after so many years. Like, MCU and Kevin Feige really nailed Marvel's First Family down to a T.
I have to say this. It is because of my Marvel bias here, but I actually do like Fantastic Four. I thought this was a really epic movie. I do understand some folks kind of saying, like, the only thing that kind of appealed to me was the fight scene that happened at the end. Like, where's the other fighting scenes? Oh, in the beginning, and then the rest is just mostly family drama. And I'm like, but it actually still makes a really good movie. It can't just be all about fighting, guys. It's all about, like, the build-up to the big fight scene against Galactus and how epic it was. So I still say this was a really great movie.
Yeah, see, the thing that, some don't get about Fantastic Four is that, like I said, they're Marvel's first family, so of course they're going to mix in the action aspect with the family aspect. Of course they're going to go that route. And what I really admire about this Fantastic Four movie is that, honestly, it is, it's been a long time since I've seen an MCU movie that was this stellar. Like, there are a few MCU movies that were either good at best or mediocre at worst, but with this, it was legitimately amazing.
This is starting to become like a really good era for Marvel movies, because if this is already peak as it is, then what's the next movie that's going to come out? Because I know Doomsday is coming out next year. How epic would that be as, the Marvel movies continue and all?
Yeah, so, I think if they're going to be incorporated to Doomsday, I think that will really help the movie. But
it is, because you've seen the ending of that movie. Of Fantastic Four. You already seen the ending of Fantastic Four. You know what's leading up to.
Yes, I do know. And the moment I saw it, I thought, okay, see you in Doomsday. We're going to see you there. Mm-hmm. That's all we're going to say. Without giving any spoilers, I was blown away by it.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to this, what really sells the movie for me is how it has its own unique identity to it. Like, you look at this, you think, yeah, this is definitely taking place in a retro universe.
Yeah.
Where everything is old-fashioned, everything.
Right.
That's what I like. It really plays into the theme of Fantastic Four being, like, some of the very first Marvel characters ever made.
So yes, I would absolutely put it in S tier in my case.
S tier.
Yeah,
yes.
so it's right now in the S tier range for all of us.
Rightfully belongs there.
So let's go with S tier over there. Perfect. Oh boy, how about Fixed? Oh no. Oh no.
See, I actually watched it from beginning to end to support Genny Tartakovsky. But then when I looked at it, I thought, while there were a few elements that did work, for the most part, what the problem with that is not that it's too grotesque or I can't handle it. I can handle shock humor.
No, I cannot handle anything of it.
No, see, the problem with Fix is that it relies too much on shock humor. It's shock humor over substance. And that's what really diminishes the movie for me. It's that, like, most of the movie is just, shock humor. It's just them saying cuss words. It's just them, having dog humor. It's just, I'm just like, you gotta have more substance to it.
I absolutely do not like this movie. I just remember watching at least a couple minutes in, and when it starts getting a little bit nasty, I stopped.
I don't blame
I finished. Like, I was just like, no, I cannot handle this anymore. Oh, great, a dog's night out where he discontinues his nastiest stuff ever because his balls are gonna get cut off.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't blame you, but I will say this: you're braver than most of the people who watched that trailer.
Yeah, because the trailer definitely didn't even feel to me at all. I have to say this, because I didn't finish it, I gave it an F. So,
really, I would say that I would give it, like, I'm not gonna say there wasn't anything about the movie that didn't work at all. There were a few, like, the relationship between Bull and Honey was well done, and the animation is superb. That's really all I could give it. So I would say D minus.
So we would rather put it in a D range in this case.
But
right?
I have no problem putting an F because
we'll just keep it an F.
F.
Yeah, this was a terrible movie as it is, so we're gonna keep Fixed F. Fuck that movie, it was terrible.
Genny, I love you, but you're better than this.
This is so bad.
Like, I wholeheartedly respect Genny, but this isn't your best work.
All right, how about Freakier Friday?
Freakier Friday is one of those movies that, believe it or not, like, even though because of how it's the reunion of Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, and because the original Freaky Friday is one of my favorite childhood movies. Like, it's one of those movies I would watch.
Well, it's a cult classic. It's a cult classic because it came out in the 90s or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and so there was a part of me that was excited to see the two together because they worked out so well in the first movie. So I wanted to see how they would do at a much older age. And so when I looked at Freakier Friday, I went out saying how there's some decent drama, there's some decent emotional moments, but it's kind of like most of the elements are just recycled from the first Freaky Friday, but it's just instead of 2 body swapping, it's 4.
Which just kind of makes it a little odd because I know it was like one of the little daughters moved onto the grandma's body and the other daughter went to the mom's body. So I was like, okay, this is interesting. I actually still like the little aspect of it where like the young adults end up becoming young and they start doing whatever they want as kids, while the older adults continue to just be, like carefree, not even caring about like a wedding plan or anything like that.
Now, see, I think
that's the other thing I also want to bring up too. It really pretty much did the same formula as Freaky Friday because somebody was gonna get married in Freakier Friday and like someone's trying to sabotage the wedding or something. So
exactly, it's beat by beat, note by note, and I wanted to see the movie go in a different direction than that.
Also, the nostalgia because you get to see Jamie Lee Curtis's
Lindsay Lohan's friends.
Yeah, Lindsay Lohan's friends are back, so we get to see the band back together again. We also get to see Jamie Lee Curtis's like husband in the movie from Freaky Friday also come back as well. Even the brother from Lindsay Lohan, he's grown up.
Yeah, I know.
Even though he only had a little short cameo, he's something. Yes,
he had a short cameo. I was wondering where the brother was because I want to see what his brother was like, how he was matured from this little brat to an upstanding young man.
I swear to God, also the fact that they put Manny Chiquito in the movie, I freaked out. Even Jess, who was with me watching the movie with me, she freaked out too. And it's not just because he was Katanoga from Hilly's on It, okay? He's Filipino, and I respect the Filipino pride. That got respected there. Oh my God, there was some Filipino stuff. I love it.
I will say, he's quite an attractive young man, so I do see why.
Yeah, you saw how he is. I'm like, oh God, he's like, my body has to be like him now. Oh no.
I will say, Anna really has upgraded. Like, she actually chose a much better mate.
Yeah, versus freaking Jake, he's still creeping on the freaking mom. I was like, oh, this is weird.
It's just why though. Like, but it's I think that and also Jake was a stereotypical, blonde, teenage crush, whereas Manny Chiquito had more development for him. So, no, I at least give it that when it comes to this over Freaky Friday. But everything else, the original did so much better.
I know, okay, then that's fine with me. But I would say this, like, grade-wise, I give it a B. I think it's not like an over-top movie or anything like that. It's still funny for us. Like, for the fans who love the cult classic, they're gonna love this a lot. They're gonna love this too. Maybe not a lot, but there's still like some familiar for everybody to like in this movie.
I will say this: they try to make it as appealing as the original, and of course, Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis, they still have that chemistry that works so well. Especially when they're in the kids' bodies, living the kid life.
Yeah.
After so long, so I like that aspect, and of course, there were some heartwarming moments that tugged my strings, but honestly, at the end of the day, like I said, it's Freaky Friday 2.0, and I want it to be more than that.
So so what would you put it then? I said B. What would you put it in your ranking?
I would put it in a C, honestly.
C. So B minus in this case, or C plus?
I'm gonna say just straight up average.
So fine. We'll keep it that way. C plus for Freakier Friday, sure.
We'll do a compromise. We'll say
fine. That's our compromise. That's our compromise right there. C,
right.
C, or D. No, just put it in a C in this case. We'll just keep it in the C range.
Yeah.
How about How You Train Your Dragon live action?
Now, How to Train Your Dragon live action. Now, of course, I'm not exactly a fan when it comes to live action remakes in general, but I went into How to Train Your Dragon hoping that it would capture the spirit and the story of the original How to Train Your Dragon. And even though it's a beat-by-beat remake, like it tells a story like 100% of the animated version, oh my gosh, like, I really love this one. How to Train Your Dragon does such a great job in being an live-action counterpart to an already awesome animated movie.
So my thing about the How to Train Your Dragon live-action movie is that it actually represented everything from the cartoon. Like, you get to see Astrid continue to be badass. She's like the badass of the group, but at the same time, you get to see Hiccup continue to pass by, learning from the dragons and everything. I have a feeling like they went bit by bit. Everything was actually on par. Unlike, like Disney live action movies where they like change a little thing here and there. How to Train Your Dragon, I think they just literally took the script from the animated movie and then made it to their own live action, and it worked out. Yeah,
I will say though that some may argue that it is too similar to the movie, and I
don't care about it. It's good. I want it to keep it like that. Nothing to change out of it.
I was about to say, I understand where they are coming from, but here's the thing: at the end of the day, I go to a live action movie expecting it to capture the same spirit and the same story.
I think it did. I think it did. I think it did.
And it pulled it off. Like, it's already better than 90% of the Disney live action remakes already.
So DreamWorks is about to do some live action movies on some other franchises for DreamWorks. I don't know. Maybe.
It's too risky. I would say one step at a time.
I can understand How to Train Your Dragon because, like, they have its own land in Epic Universe. It's starting to become, like, its own big franchise, just like how Shrek is for DreamWorks.
Yes.
So I have a feeling like How to Train Your Dragon is gonna do well. If they are currently making the sequel to How to Train Your Dragon now. I want to see how that live action thing is gonna work out. But I think this is a great start for How to Train Your Dragon with the live actions. With this live action movie, I think this is an A range movie for me.
Very much so. Like, I couldn't agree more. A range all the way.
So is it better than Ballerina?
I would say yes, better than Ballerina.
Oh, I say so too, honestly. I would say better than Ballerina for sure.
Like, it's been a long time since I've seen a live-action remake of an animated movie in general be this stellar to me.
So, yes, we all agree upon this one. Yes, it's much better than Ballerina for sure. Oh, boy, Jurassic World Rebirth.
Now, here's the thing. I originally was not going to see this movie because, well, I'm kind of fed up with, Universal milking the hell out of, the Jurassic World franchise. I mean, it was already bad enough they made, 2 disastrous Jurassic World movies, so we don't need another one, even if it is a reboot.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I went to see it, though, is because my mom is such a huge Jurassic Park fan, as I am, and so I wanted to see it because we were celebrating her birthday. That's the only reason I went to see it.
And your thoughts on the movie was?
I will say mediocre.
Me and Jess, we watched it together. We kind of like got thrown off it. it kind of just dipped after the first Jurassic World movie. Like, we didn't need a second Jurassic World movie or a third Jurassic World movie. Then we have a fourth one, which was supposed to like hopefully revive the franchise a little bit, but it didn't help at all. Like, we knew what happened in the end of the third movie where dinosaurs ruled over the Earth now. It is pretty much going back to, like, humans and dinosaurs ruling each other. And it's like, okay, cool, that's one aspect, but you still went back to Jurassic World to do something. And it's just mostly focused on Jurassic World, nothing about, like, humans and dinosaurs interacting in the real world to say. Like, they had that whole monologue in the beginning saying, like, humans and dinosaurs roam the Earth now.
Yeah. And the thing is that there were some elements that legitimately did work, like the dinosaurs look great, and of course Scarlett Johansson.
Well, it's the same graphics team that worked on Jurassic World, and I'm assuming like they're gonna probably be, you know, great as it is. So.
Like there were some standout characters, but the story felt like a bit, you know, generic and by the numbers.
Like that. I didn't like the story of it at all either.
Like, my mom really loved it, and good for her. It was her way of celebrating her birthday after all. But for me, it's not really a movie I would go revisit.
Yeah, I'm not going to really revisit it myself. I would say for this particular movie, it would be like a C-range movie in my case.
C-range, I was about to say.
I would say below Freakier Friday in my case.
I would honestly put it above Freakier Friday, but honestly, you do you and rank it wherever you like.
Yeah, I guess we'll probably do the same thing. I think I feel like Freakier Friday is definitely better. I had more fun watching Freakier Friday than Jurassic World in my case.
I mean, for me, it's the other way around. I found them to be those two to be really mediocre. But if I had to choose, I would choose Jurassic World. But like, I would rather revisit their earlier works than those two.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, I mean, we'll just keep it in C range in this case. How about Karate Kid Legends?
Now, as a huge fan of the Karate Kid franchise myself, I was of course excited to see it, especially when it's a combination of Jackie Chan's character from the 2010 Karate Kid movie, which wasn't that great, but he was great in it. And plus, you got the OG Karate Kid himself, Daniel LaRusso. So this is what happens when you combine the two karate senseis. Well, one's a kung fu sensei, the other's a karate sensei. And then they teach this kid who is new in New York. And so, of course, he practices martial arts with the two of them. I will say it's a thoroughly enjoyable karate movie.
I actually do like the movie a whole lot, especially with Jackie Chan's character and the fact that we end up getting like really great callbacks for the Karate Kid movies. Like you even have like the other guy in the end of the movie, you get to see the other guy come up and like, oh my God, he's there. Oh
yes. See, I was literally screaming when I saw that. I was fangasming.
Nice. Oh,
it was amazing. Yes.
Yeah. So I actually do enjoy this movie, but I have a feeling it was just rushed. Because I feel like I get it, like the story was there, but I feel like it was kind of rushed a bit to me. Like there wasn't really much like detail when it comes to like this particular scene. There was a lot of fighting, that's cool, but I didn't really get to see much of the story that impacts the whole, you know, movie to say. So that's the thing that kind of irked me. Like I did love the whole like interaction and fighting scenes, but I felt like it was just too rushed to me, and I would probably give it like a B in my case.
Which is fair, but I would say that like having it being rushed isn't really the biggest problem. I think the biggest problem for me is that it's a bit too similar to the OG Karate Kid movies. But it is supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. It's like the new generation of Karate Kid, and the same thing is going to happen where they get like martial arts and kung fu work together.
And while I do admire them for what they're trying to do, like it's a way of them paying tribute to the Karate Kid movies.
Yeah.
But even so, though, it was a bit too predictable. So it came at a cost. So I would say a bit predictable, a bit rushed, yes, but the karate scenes were so awesome. Like, I had so much fun watching the martial arts and the fighting. And plus, the kid is pretty likable himself. And, you know, the chemistry he builds with his love interest as well as her dad really worked.
So you would put it where? B range as well?
I'll put B range, yes.
But where in the B range in this case?
B plus.
Ooh, okay. From the way I'm kind of seeing it, I might be thinking right below F1.
Above F1.
What?
Way above F1. Come on.
What? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it, but we're going to bring it with the meats pick here. Sure, we'll do that. All right. Well, this one's going to go straight to S. K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh.
Yes. Let's go. Not only S, S plus. S plus tier. Let's go.
This was, again, we've done an episode from the Anination podcast about the thing that happened during that weekend, but K-pop Demon Hunters definitely dominated. It is getting so much brand recognition. Netflix is absolutely milking the hell out of Huntrix right now. Saja Boys. There's so many big events happening for Saja Boys and Huntrix. Like Netflix is having like a lot of money from this movie out of this. Especially that whole sing-along movie that came out in theaters. Everybody was singing. I just remember watching videos of people singing, Golden or was it Takedown and all those great songs.
How it's done.
Yeah. See, I'm just saying, like, it's just a great movie, and I don't know, like, I felt like I remember watching how epic the movie was. At the same time, it felt like a K-drama. So
yeah, this movie is a marvel in every sense of the phrase. Visually, story-wise, character-wise, everything about this just screams golden.
So it's up. Way to put it in there. Okay, golden for sure. But no, I mean, like, everybody, I think, from our Anination podcast, you probably will agree that it is a great movie itself. K-pop Demon Hunters is just absolutely a blast. I did miss the whole sing-along movie, unfortunately, but everybody sold out from those movies.
And they're hard to get. Like, I'm gonna say this right now, K-pop Demon Hunters, it's only 3 months old, and it's already a phenomenon.
Look, people are still singing the songs. They're even like topping off in Spotify.
It's already a pop culture phenomenon.
Yeah,
based on how many records it's broken, based on how high it ranked in terms of the billboards and everything.
Yeah, everything about K-pop Demon Hunters is just absolutely amazing. So if anything, this deserves its praise. Like, and it was just an awesome movie as well. So I say S in my case. We are putting it above Fantastic Four. Is that correct?
Yes. 100% yes.
It's already over Fantastic Four. So we already kind of tilted it up there, right there.
Huntrix don't mix. This movie don't miss either.
Done.
Let's go.
How about Lilo and Stitch, the live action movie? Oh no! Now we get a little disgruntled face by.
How do we go from K-pop Demon Hunters to that? Okay, here's the thing. Lilo and Stitch was close to being decent. It really was. Like, it really was close to being halfway decent because they did get some of the integral parts right. Like, the chemistry between Lilo and Stitch, gold. Very well done. Love Lilo, love Stitch, love the relationship between Lilo and Stitch. Love it, love it, love it. That's the one thing, other than the Hawaiian atmosphere, that they got perfectly accurate to the animated counterpart. Everything else, though, not so much. And I think what really, brings this movie down for me especially is the third act.
Oh God. Yeah, everybody's
the third
gonna be
act is
talking
where
about
everything
that.
The third act is where everything comes crashing down to where it goes from being a potentially decent flick to one of the many bad Disney live action remakes.
I mean, I love Stitch, and Lilo and Stitch were definitely the best perfect, like, Lilo and Stitch as it is. Lilo was a perfect actress. Stitch is still Stitch. They even have the voice actor of Stitch come back for the movie as well. But yes, I can understand some folks really hating the third act, especially how Jumbo was the villain, which I thought was absolutely not needed because he was, I mean, Lilo and Stitch. Jumbo has always been supportive to Lilo and Stitch. Now you just put him as the villain. I'm like, why did you do that?
What did you do to my boy? What did you do to my boy, Disney?
Yeah. And then, of course, there was also the thing about Ohana being family, which apparently isn't. Again,
apparently Ohana means leaving your little sister while you go off to college.
But you can come back with a portal gun. Yay.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That portal gun is a cop-out. Yeah, it's a cop-out. Nothing more.
I don't know. I thought I thought the movie was okay. I still give it a B range in my case. I did love the interaction between Lilo and Stitch. I thought it was a really okay movie. I didn't say it was like best movie or anything like that. Either way, it's kind of better than some of the original live action movies like Snow White or freaking Beauty and the Beast. So,
well, yeah, of course they're better than those, but that doesn't make it any better. At the end of the day, it really is on its own, it's a bad live action remake.
Yeah,
and it breaks my heart to see it because I've been a huge Lilo and Stitch fan.
You definitely were huge on Lilo and Stitch.
For years. Like, oh my gosh, for years and years, I still remain a huge fan of not just the movie, but the entire franchise as well. So I was hoping that they would get it right with the live action remake. I was even impressed by the trailers. I was thinking that this would be sort of like a miracle, like, a good, legitimately good live action remake we've gotten since The Jungle Book. But like I said, because of the BS that happened in the third act, it wasn't meant to be, honestly.
So where would you put it in your ranking? Because I put it in B, and you would put it where?
D.
Wow, so we're keeping it C then in this case.
Now, see, if not for the fact that Lilo and Stitch worked so well together, like perfectly translated well, it would have been F, but I would put it in D.
All right, so you said, so we averaged it out to C. Where would you put it in the C range? I would say better than Jurassic World in my case.
I would say worse than Jurassic World, to be honest.
Really?
Because as a Lilo and Stitch fan, I just can't help but think. The more I think about it, the more I hate it.
I kind of like Lilo and Stitch a little bit more than Jurassic World, so that's why I'm keeping it in the middle C range.
I mean, you can move it above Jurassic World if you like, but
in your case, you're just gonna be like, no, I like Jurassic World more. I like Charlotte Johansson more.
Jurassic World didn't offend me as much as Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, but nonetheless, it's still gonna be in that range to say. Okay, we'll keep it that way. We only got a couple movies left to go through, so let's go quickly with this. The Last Reckoning, Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible: Last Reckoning was definitely such a banger. Like for
I know it's supposed to
finale.
end the whole Mission Impossible franchise, so I haven't seen it. So I'm putting in my case. I'll put interested in seeing, but now this is your floor since you watched it. So
S tier.
Really, is that good?
It's not amazing. Like they couldn't have ended the Mission Impossible franchise on a better note. Like not only was it like packed, like jammed with so many amazing suspenseful action sequences, but also there's a bit of emotional scenes here and there, especially with what happens with one particular character. I won't say who, but it really got me.
Please don't tell me it's Simon Pegg's character. No,
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay. Nonetheless, you did say you put it in S tier, but where in S tier would you put it?
I would say
probably where it is right now, right behind by Fantastic Four.
Right behind Fantastic Four, yeah.
All right, that makes sense. Right behind Fantastic Four. All right, sounds good. Oh, there's Smurfs.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna say haven't seen in my
haven't
case.
Seen,
I wouldn't say F because like I look Smurfs great like franchise, but from the way they kind of made that movie, it really didn't interest me a whole lot. I don't see myself watching it, even though Rihanna's like a great Smurfette. I don't know how the premise is going to be for that movie, and I'm just not interested in it. So I'm gonna say haven't seen.
I've been distant from the movie ever since I saw the trailer. The trailer was just cringe.
So you're just gonna keep it haven't seen also?
Haven't seen it.
So you're just not gonna see it.
No.
Haven't seen, not gonna see. All right. Ooh, the next one is Superman.
Superman, let's go.
Okay,
yes.
well, we're gonna put an S tier for sure.
S tier. Now, in my personal opinion, I would put it above Fantastic Four, but you say otherwise. Though.
I say otherwise because I actually do like Superman. I mean, I like Superman as a great movie, and I'm kind of liking how the trend is for DC films because like this is so different compared to like the other DC films that has been going on with like Aquaman, the whole Superman movie, Batman vs Superman, etc. Those are terrible movies Zack Snyder has made. But now that James Gunn is taking the helm, it actually is working out really well. Like I love the Superman movie. It was great, but DC has this whole terrible like slate of movies that I cannot live by anymore. Like I haven't watched the newest Aquaman movie. I haven't even watched the Justice League movie because of how bad it was, even with the Zack Snyder cut.
Okay, I have to disagree and say it's just the Joss Whedon version that's bad. The Zack Snyder Justice League masterpiece. But even though there are some Zack Snyder Justice League, there are some Zack Snyder DC movies I legitimately like. I have to say
most of them are hateful though.
Huh?
Most of them are bad though.
Like I will defend Man of Steel.
No, it was bad too.
I will defend that movie, but I will say if I had to choose between Man of Steel and this, Superman is even better than Man of Steel.
It's much better.
Even better.
Because James Gunn is very creative. The fact that he just like ends up adding these like awesome characters like Hawk Girl and like having Crypto be a part of the movie, like it just makes it like so much better to actually watch this DC film. So like I am loving how James Gunn is running the DC franchise now, and I can't wait for Supergirl to come out next year. But I have a feeling that this is going to be a good ongoing slate for DC, like just like what Marvel's doing when it comes to Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts and the Avengers Doomsday that's coming out soon.
What I like is that this isn't the start of fandom wars. Like this is a moment where all the superhero genre fans can come together and say both were fantastic, both were excellent.
Oh yeah,
but
both were excellent. But I mean, I was really topsy turvy, like of saying Marvel. It really is depending. I mean, I'll be with you too. I'll probably will say Superman is better than Fantastic Four for this poll. But in my stance, I still like Fantastic Four more than Superman. But I mean, I'm all topsy-turvy between both of them. They're both good movies.
Yeah, they are. And Superman makes me all the more. It makes me love James Gunn's DC Studios all the more. Like, oh my gosh, the Gunverse DC, the James Gunn DC universe is on a huge role between
definitely is working for sure. So I can't wait for Supergirl to come out next year. Whatever James Gunn is running in his system, maybe there's going to be another Justice League movie coming out with him in the helm, but it's looking great for DC.
Supergirl, The Supergirl movie is one of my most hyped movies of next year.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, Superman, super great.
All right. So we have a couple more movies left. How about Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts, I will say, like it's way better than Brave New World, but doesn't hold a count to Fantastic Four.
I know Fantastic Four is definitely the much better movie than Thunderbolts, but to be fair, the Thunderbolts movie is kind of leading up to what we're going to be looking at Doomsday.
Like I would say that it's relatively, it's a great movie, but I'm not gonna say it's one of the best. But there were some elements that really did work.
Yeah, I still like the movie though. I thought it was actually really great to actually have like 5 superheroes that were kind of like washed up. I wouldn't say washed up, but more like hidden in Marvel's like back alley to finally become in the movie. Like having Elena be a part of it, even though Black Widow's dead. You even got like freaking the cat
Red Guardian, and you got John Walker.
John Walker. I think John Walker was in the freaking Captain America versus Captain America and what was it? Winter Soldier.
Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and then you get the Winter Soldier back too. So I mean, I really like how this all goes because they are leading up to the New Avengers, which it is the next title. So I do love the fact that the New Avengers are them, and this is how the Avengers are going to be going with now. So I'm liking how this role is starting for the next new Marvel era that's going on right now. So
and plus, this is a moment for them to shine, especially since they need their moments to shine as superheroes.
So in my case, I say S tier also. I think this is an S tier movie. Like this is an S tier movie, but probably lower in the S tier movie. Maybe like below Mission Impossible in my case.
I would say A tier. I'm not gonna say it's S tier, but it's definitely A.
Ooh, but what would you put it? Like A plus tier, like right above How to Train Your Dragon?
I would say.
I say so.
I'd say above How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll agree with you on that one because Thunderbolts definitely deserve its praise. I think it's still a great movie. All right, Thunderbolts. Where'd you go? Thunderbolts. Right up there, and then we got to do the same thing over here. How about Megan 2.0?
Megan 2.0, I haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen either, but I'm interested in seeing. Like, are you interested in watching that too?
I mean, the trailer looks fine. It looks interesting, but I don't see myself going, oh, I need to add this to my watch list. So, I don't know. There's just something in me that's like, it's not my top priority to watch it.
It's so weird because, like, Megan is, like, horror for the first movie. Then the 2.0 turns out to be more, like, not scary at all.
Yeah.
Like, they really twisted it up with Megan 2.0 and actually making it more fun instead of scary.
I was surprised by how they shifted the tone.
Yeah, it's such a weird shift the tone, but I'm still interested in watching it. Like, I'll put in interested in seeing, in my case.
Interested in seeing.
So I'll put in interested myself. All right, there we go. How about weapons? I heard
Speaking of horror.
Yes. Yeah, speaking of horror, weapons, I mean, I heard from so many people that it actually is like a well-made horror film. Mm-hmm. Like, I kind of really am interested in watching this movie because I haven't seen it yet, and I don't want to watch it in theaters because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be scared the hell out. Yeah. Look, you have speakers all around you, and they're going to be like, brr, brr, ah!
Oh,
that kind of thing.
You're gonna be It does a movie that will easily scare you.
Yeah. So I would say I would be interested in watching it, but not in the theaters. Probably like in whenever it goes on streaming. Because I want to at least know what this whole freaking weapons movie is about. It's apparently really good. It really hit the top of Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like in the 90% range. And I'm like, what makes this really that good? Is it Josh Brolin doing a great job in his acting? It's this whole mystery of kids just running away and stuff.
Yeah, it kind of leaves you wondering. You want to watch the movie, not just for the horror aspect, but also which kid survives.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what this whole mystery is about. And I actually do think it's kind of like in that same realm as like what Jordan Peele does with his movies. Mm-hmm. Like, what's that movie? Get Out.
And Us.
Us, yeah, see those movies. So
and Nope.
Yeah, so all of those movies to say.
Yeah, it definitely give me like, take it as if Jordan Peele went even more extreme with horror.
So we'll go weapons. Interested, right?
Yeah, interested. Yes,
right. Last but not least is Happy Gilmore 2.
Now, Happy Gilmore is, of course, a classic Adam Sandler movie. Of course, there's some really good laughs here and there. Happy Gilmore 2, for some reason, I haven't seen quite yet.
I have to see it myself. I heard from a lot of my friends that said like it's the same comedy as Happy Gilmore 1. But like so much funnier and stuff like that. There are also some callbacks from Happy Gilmore 1, which kind of makes sense. If you're going to bring a movie back from so long ago, it makes sense for it to have some cameo appearances. Unfortunately, we won't have Bob Barker this time.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, by the way, Bob Barker.
But however...
Price is wrong, bitch.
But however, there are some recurring characters that do come back. Not just Adam Sandler, but also characters like like Ben Stiller, Malcolm
Yeah,
McDowell,
that's
they also
right.
came back.
Oh my god, it's gonna make it like really funny to say. But no, I mean like I haven't seen it myself. I do want to check out Happy Gilmore too. So yeah, I put it in interested as well.
I'll put it interested.
So we're all putting it interested as well.
Only because like the nostalgia factor of watching the original.
All right, well, that is pretty much our summer 2025 lineup of movies. Any changes you want to bring up, or is this gonna be final here?
I would say that there are some movies that I would have ranked higher than others.
What would you rank higher than?
Well, of course, I would put, Lilo and Stitch below both Freakier Friday and Jurassic World.
Really? That bad?
Yes, it was. I hated that much.
I still think it was still good. Oh my god, I don't know.
And also, like Fix could have been like above F.
It's definitely F. I didn't see myself.
It had potential to be higher, but the problem is, like I said, the shock value was in your face, and therefore diminishing the whole movie.
Yeah, this was just no. I don't think I couldn't go with Fixed. My changes is that I will put F1 in A. I would love to put it in the A. I would love to put Thunderbolts in the lowest tier because it actually should be deserved to be at least like in that higher range, considering how good it is and how possible it continues into the Marvel franchise with the next couple movies. And then again, some movies I haven't seen, like Ballerina. I'll just judge your taste on it. I'll judge your taste on Mission Impossible. It looks like it's both epic as heck. I don't know, 28 years later. So you watched it, you liked it. So yeah.
I will say the movie I feel sorry for the most is Elio. I feel so bad for the movie because it could have been S tier, A tier. It could have been great.
It would have been A tier in my case. If we're going for like the highest grade after watching that film, it would go like A minus. But like it's asking too much to say if we got to put it in A minus. It definitely was deserving of a like above average grade.
Like there were some things that held Elio back from truly being A tier or S tier, which really saddens me. Like the moment I saw the trailer, I was excited for it.
Yeah, but in the end, it was just that. Yeah. Again, you guys can also make your own opinions. We also put the link up in our in our description if you want to make your own summer 2025 list. You can also add or subtract images of movies that you want to put in your list. These are the movies that we only cared about the most, considering that we watched it and are interested in watching that we have seen during the summer break.
For better or for worse, summer 2025 was such a huge year for movies in general, as summer seasons do tend to be. Like they're called summer blockbusters for a reason.
Yeah, and they're absolutely huge for it. Now we're kind of in a slow break of movies right now because the next couple of movies are kind of small. Demon Slayer is coming out in September. We have Zootopia coming out in November. There really isn't much to actually watch in the theaters unless you're like on Netflix watching something over there. But this break of movies, what makes you feel like makes you want to go back in the theaters? Just waiting for those movies, or just something that will just pop out of nowhere?
I think that while I will miss immediately going to see a movie, with the exception of Demon Slayer, like I'll miss going to movies like at least for a good while, because we've had a good string of huge summer blockbuster hits. So, but it is a nice little break, at least until Zootopia 2 comes along for movies. So yeah, I have no problem taking.
Who knows? Maybe one big blockbuster comes out that everyone's going to be talking about, and then we'll just be going to the theaters for it. Who knows? Maybe the next indie animated movie will come out. Nessa. It comes out. Nessa English dub did come out, and it turned out to be pretty well. So
yeah, Nessa 2, I've actually seen the English sub for that
it's
movie.
So good.
It's so epic.
Good. I can understand why a lot of people really liked it, especially with the Chinese folks loving it and having like $2 billion in box office. So
like, I'm legitimately happy that it ranked #1 animated movie in the box office. I really am.
All right. I think that's pretty much it that we could discuss on our episode tonight, unless you have anything else to bring up.
I just want to say that it's been really fun ranking these movies, giving our thoughts on them. It's just, so fun to go over each movie. And yeah, to the audience, please comment below and let us know whether you agree or disagree with our ranking.
Yeah. That is pretty much it for our episode. I think that's all we can say for now. I think we had a great time doing all this.
Absolutely, we did. I mean, there were some technical difficulties here and there, but we managed to pull through.
It's whatever. I mean, we're going to fix it up eventually, no matter what. But yes, you are watching it right now on a Tuesday. We are going to be coming back next week on a Wednesday. So next Wednesday, we'll be back with a brand new episode of the Anination podcast. So mark your calendars. We are going to continue be doing episodes on Wednesday. This is just another week. This is just a week of just us doing it at a day where it's just not in our schedule. But we have
Yeah.
to do it here because our schedule's going to be busy for the next couple days.
Yeah, but rest assured, next week we'll continue like with a Prime Day, our usual days. So,
For sure.
But we do appreciate your flexibility in watching us do this on a different day.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for our episode here tonight. Make sure you follow us on our social medias that you see down below on the screen there. Make sure you also, if you're watching the video and you haven't liked or subscribed to our channel, make sure you do so by subscribing to our channel, liking our video, and also hitting the bell button to be notified when we'll be coming on next. We'll be continuing working on making brand new videos for the Anination podcast, as well as making some brand new ideas. We have some ideas in mind that we want to do in the future, but we will let you guys know more about it as the days goes on.
Yeah, so we just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. And yeah, there's going to be more to come.
All right, that's it for us here. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye, everybody. See y'all
Have a good day,
later.
all.
Bye,
Have a good day,
everybody.
all.